comments at rogerstv.com.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Chevrolet. There you see the beautiful half mile in Delaware, Ontario, coming in off of the turn number 3. There is the turn number 4 area. Beautiful shots there on a beautiful Friday night. Good evening, Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Let's check in with our third member of our team right away to open up the night. Here is Jeremy trackside. Jeremy?
Thanks so much, Chris. You say his name and he appears. That's another gorgeous Friday night. A little bit on the cool side. We will keep an eye on that later in the feature races, but tonight it is the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, obviously 50-lap special here for the Super Stocks tonight, and also some bonus money to be had in all 3 divisions with the Bone Stocks, the V8s, and the Super Stocks. Looking forward to that action tonight. Going to be hitting up the track here. I'll send it back up to the 2 upstairs, Chris and Kate, for tonight's action.
Thanks, Jeremy. There you see the 28 Super Stock, a special edition, 28 being driven by Joe Lawrence tonight. We'll see more of that as the night progresses. Let's check out our standings. We'll begin with the Bone Stocks.
Bone Stock standings, Donovan Clark and Matt Langford tied at the top. Charlie Verhoeven only 4 points back, then Colin Wilms. And then Paul Fothergill takes a hit after a penalty in the 33 BT. Justin Culver also in contention there. The top 6 only spread out by 50 points.
Yeah, 2 big hits there. The fourth place, Colin Wilms was the leader last time they raced and got into some big trouble and dropped 4 spots in the standings. V8 stocks.
Barry Watson at the top of the board, followed by Jordan Morris in that 73. Jeremy Taggart in the 24. The top 3 only separated by 24 points, with Jordan Morris hanging in strong with the only 8 points behind Barry Watson. And with some of the extra prize money that's up for grabs tonight, we'll have to see if that plays into whether or not they may want to take that first lap breakout.
Yeah, congratulations to the Morris family. August the 21st, they welcomed new baby Bristol Elizabeth Morris, 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Congratulations, Mom and Dad. Super Stock standings.
Trevor Culver at the top of the board, followed by Nick Ramsey, Carson Nagy, Brody Rickwood, and Hudson Nagy for the top 5. That division, Trevor Culver is running away, almost to say he's had 3 victories as of lately. Definitely looking to extend that lead tonight as well.
Yeah, in practice earlier tonight, Culver did not do a lap at 20 seconds or worse. It was all sub-20s. There was only one other car that went sub-20 in that division. That was a 28, Ryan Dyson. More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ridiculous stuff. There was a guy that had like a super...
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, His old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. It is a stock night. It is a Dave Lawrence Memorial Race night. We're going to go heat racing 10 laps each for the bone stocks, V8 stocks, and super stocks. There'll be a B main for the bone stocks. We'll do a short intermission and then feature racing. 25 laps for the V8 stocks and the bone stocks, and then the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race will be 50 laps. On track right now, it is bone stock heat race number 1. It's Brady Aldman in the 93 and Sarah Lawrence, part of that Lawrence family, in the 22 BT outside row number 1 at 10 laps of scheduled distance. And we're going to be racing here on a gorgeous Friday night from the Delaware half mile. Green flag, we're racing, already contact in the back of the field. Aldman will jump first right out there. Here comes the inside. That's the 228. It's Chris Lawrence, a couple Lawrences, husband and wife in this race. Sarah got a little bit of a slow start, and they're going to call it back as we have a caution on the speedway. They didn't like the start there, and we're going to stack them and repack them here.
Premature acceleration. Brady Udman a little too quick, so Sarah Lawrence going to get another crack.
Here's the start here.
Go Miss Petty.
So everybody kind of checks up, and then there is some contact there in the back of the pack between the 27 and the 64.
Yeah, the 333 of Bochelle was in there too, I think.
Yeah, Bochelle kind of slid to the middle, looked like to kind of avoid some stuff going on there. But McDonald, as well as the 27 of Conrad Julian, made some contact there. Everybody just kind of stacked up. So Cody Wilds is in that. You'll kind of see it as the white with teal numbers. It was a 23 on there. He's running the 48 tonight on the inside row there behind the 228 of Chris Lawrence.
Brady Aldman will bring him to the line. We'll try it again. Green flag racing, bone stocks, heat race number 1. And Aldman will lead him into turn number 1. Here comes Chris Lawrence to the inside of Sarah Lawrence. And Chris will grab the second spot, quickly up to third. Is that 23 machine? Looks like a 23. We don't have a 23 on the timing and scoring.
Yep, that's the 48 of Cody Wilds.
Oh, that's the 48. Okay, there's a 23 on the door and some 48 tape. Small little tape, hard to see there. Lawrence actually led that first lap, and he will lead down the back. Chris Lawrence, Brady Aldman, Cody Wilds in that third spot. The front three trying to get away here. They'll run for 10 laps here, heat race number 1. Up to fourth, that's Bradley Marchand in the 69C. Being pressured by Mark Lamont. Conrad Julian as well right there in the 6th spot. There's the 48 of Wilds to the outside of Aldman, and Cody will grab the 2nd spot. Field battling for 4th on back. About 5 cars clogged up there. As Chris Lawrence running away with this heat race right now.
With some contact made in that clog up from 4th on back. But it looks like they've got it all shaped out now. We were able to stay green.
Julian to the inside of Bochelle on that 333. Here comes the 58. That's Gary Triska. The 64. That's Mark McDonald piloting that car this week. And Lawrence will complete another lap. 6 to go.
Here's the replay of the contact. You can see the 14 is that orange and black machine. A little bit of contact with Julian, as well as Brad Marchand was in there. Everybody's able to stay straight and keep on going.
Yeah, Mark Lamont piloting the 14 for the injured Hannah Lamont. Congratulations to Hannah, who got engaged to the flagman this past week. So congratulations to them both. And Hannah taking the week off to take care of her injury sustained in the bone stock wreck a couple weeks ago. Lawrence will lead him out of turn 2, down and back another time. Halfway done, 5 down, 5 to go. Wilds remains in 2nd. Aldman is still holding on to 3rd. Then it's Julian, Lamont, and McDonald in the 64, rounding out the top 6. Wilds closing the gap a little bit, .649. Shaved about 5/100ths of a second off that last lap from Chris Lawrence. Trying to track him down with 3.5 laps to go. Triska runs in 7th, and it's Bochelle, Cassie Howard, Thomas Jeremy, Ryan Houston, Sarah Lawrence, Bradley Marchand has fallen to the back. Here you see the leaders. They'll dive into turn 1. Chris Lawrence in that 228 machine, part of the BT Racing stable. 2.5 laps to go. Difference last time was .753 from first to second, so Lawrence gained a little bit on Wilds. Here they come again, 2 to go here, this time by. Great battle for 4th back in the field. The 64 of McDonald's up to 4th all of a sudden. And it's Lawrence out of turn 2, down to back, being followed by Wilds. It's Julian up to 3rd, McDonald to 4th, Lamont 5th, and Triska 6th.
I think there's some troubles with that 93 machine of Udman. Definitely has slid back in this field. Gary Triska also super loose coming through 3 and 4.
One more lap to go. Oh, they're into the white flag lap here for the 228 of Chris Lawrence on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. And Chris will take him into turn 3 another time, be followed by Cody Wilds. First race of the night on Dave Lawrence night goes to a Lawrence. It's Chris Lawrence in the 228 will win Bone Stock Heat Race number 1. Followed by Wilds, Julian McDonald, Lamont, your top 5. Triska, Howard, Audman, Bochelle, Jeremy, your top 10. And then it's Houston, Sarah Lawrence, and Bradley Marchand, your unofficial running order to complete the Bone Stock Heat Race number 1. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris. I am joined here by the Superstock current leader here in Trevor Culver. Now, Trevor, ever since you've had your baby, you've been able to find victory lane pretty consistently. Talk to me about that ability to just get into victory lane and your team being able to get this car where it needs to be.
Yeah, I guess my daughter, Katie May, she's a luck charm. We just keep working super hard every week, never really satisfied. Even if we have a good night and able to win, we know we can always get the car a little better, and we work as hard as we possibly can and try and keep bringing good cars to the racetrack. We think we got a good race car tonight, and hopefully we can have a shot at that Dave Lawrence Memorial race win. We're very close with the Lawrence brothers and the Lawrence family, so it would really mean a lot to end up in victory lane there, and really happy to be able to honor him tonight.
Now, obviously, with it being a cooler night, any sort of adjustments that you make compared to when it's a hot and humid night here on the track?
Yeah, there definitely is, but I'm not going to say it on live TV here. But yeah, it's a different track. So with the cooler temperatures, it definitely changes a couple of things that you're going to do on your car and some of your strategy. And we're hopefully going to hit it right tonight.
Well, best of luck tonight and good luck the rest of the season, Trevor.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
Back upstairs.
All right, fantastic job there. Thank you, Jeremy and Trevor Culver. Quickly, speaking about what Jeremy talked about off the top of the show, some bonus pays going out to all the divisions tonight. Part of the Delaware Speedway partners that have jumped on board for this event. We're going to document the Superstock bonuses because they're pretty neat, tailoring around the Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. We'll get to that when we see the Superstocks on track. Let's go to Bone Stock Heat Race number 2. And it'll be 10 laps the scheduled distance. See, Ian Levesque will have the pole spot in that red and black number 10. The 99 Chad Prue outside at row number 1. Wally Wilson, Rob Willison in row number 2. Sterling Roberts coming off suspension, a season-long suspension, right? It was Sterling we were talking about, right?
Yeah, it was. See, they took a review of that suspension. They have lifted the suspension and allowed Sterling to resume competition.
Okay, good.
So we found that out earlier today, that he would be back in the driver's seat here at Delaware. Wally Wilson is jumping in for another injured Bone Stock driver from last week in Jesse Howard. Mm-hmm. So Wally Wilson will be piloting that 23 car.
Here they come out of turn number 2. Bone Stock Heat Race at number 2. Sorry, turn number 4. Green flag, we're racing here with the Bone Stocks. And Levesque gets a nice little jump. Prue comes back to fight on the outside. And Prue really cornering well and will grab the lead out of turn number 2. Impressive by the 99 at Chad Prue. Levac trying to fight back on the inside. Here comes the 11 of Rob Wollaston. The 51, oh my goodness, was he ever loose? And kept it off the wall that would have been right in your living room on a Friday night. Good job by Chad to right the ship, but he is in trouble. Levac is swallowed up by the rest of the field. You saw there on the front stretch. Wollaston out front in the 11. The 51 is Tom Hughes. Prue now on the outside. Here comes Joe Lawrence in the 28. To the inside, the 15 is Roberts, and goes around right there in your living room. The 11 of Wollaston, and we go caution in the Speedway.
Yeah, the 11 goes around off the front nose of Tom Hughes.
I'm not sure the 51 let up. I'll be honest. It didn't look like the 51 let up and just continued to drive through the 11. Like, that's what I saw.
I think we have a look back at it. I don't think he lifted either. Tom drives the 51 machine, Tom Hughes, and the 11 of Wollaston. There goes Tom Hughes. Yeah, right into the back tire of the 11.
But he stays on him. That's what I mean.
And around goes Wollaston.
Wow. He hit him pretty good in turn number 3. Not sure if he just washed up the track or not, but yeah, he did not get off the 11 when he was on him. And there you see the 11 in turn 4 inside wall as you see it's a Cruz on scene.
The 10 of Ian Levac definitely struggling off that start. They struggled last week and ended up on the trailer, or sorry, 2 weeks ago, as we weren't here last week. But that 10 machine did struggle then, and it looks like having some issues to start off the night so far as well.
Yeah, speaking of being off, programming note for you, this is our second last broadcast of the season. We're off next week because we're going to start switching gears now to London Knights hockey on Rogers TV. We'll have a preseason action for you a week from tonight, 7 o'clock, as the Erie Otters are in at Canada Life Place to take on the Knights. And our final broadcast of the Delaware racing season for Rogers TV, 2 weeks from tonight. So just so you know that, as we're still on our caution here. One lap in the books, another replay here, Kate.
Yeah, so the lap before, we watched the 99 of Chad Prue. You see that back tire lift, just drove it in too hot to handle, and Fishtails was able to keep it going. Almost clipped down there on Wollaston. He was able to bypass the first one, but the second time, not so much.
We'll be right back under caution. Bone Stock Heat Race number 2 on track. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Hi.
In the high-pressure food world, bitter feuds and intense rivalries are everywhere.
We got some beef.
I'm inviting chefs with real-life grudges to settle the score in head-to-head culinary matchups. You feel that Brad is stealing your content and your recipes?
Yeah, not even doing a good job at doing it.
Today, we settle the score.
Are you ready for a grudge match?
Chef Grudge Match, Tuesday at 9.
Welcome back. A green flag back in the air. Bone Stock Heat Race number 2. Chris Soares, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jamie McGrady down trackside. And welcome on a beautiful Friday night here in late August. Joe Lawrence on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night grabs the lead here from the 97 of David Rockwood. And they didn't like that either. They're going to bring that back. 2 heat races and 2 called back restarts.
All this extra prize money up for grabs, and everybody's ready to go. 99 is the control car on the inside, and the 28 of Joe Lawrence on the outside beats him to the line and into turns 1 and 2. So called that back. That's why we're back under caution. We're getting reset now. Lights are off the pace car, so we will be going green this time by.
That's the only one in this car, or in this
So getting set, there's the 99 of Prue, the 15 is Roberts, the yellow car, 97, that's Rockwood. And outside, red and yellow, in white, the Terry Labonte Kellogg's replica paint scheme, that's the 28 of Joe Lawrence. Here they come into turn number 4. Green flag, Bone Stock, heat race number 2. Good start there, Prue inside, Lawrence on the outside. And Rockwood trying to follow Joe up the hill and grab the lead from the outside for the 28. Lawrence will grab the lead. Rockwood, good run at the corner exit. Here comes Roberts just off screen to the outside of Prue and Sterling Roberts down to the 3rd spot in that black and white 15. Nose to tail out of 4. Rockwood will look to the inside. Lawrence will shut the door. Wollaston's in 4th. My apologies, not anymore. Genereux grabs 4th. Prue down to 5th. Lenster, Wilson, Kicks, Wollaston, Dixon, your top 10, then Tom Hughes and Ian Levesque. Actually, Levesque is off track. The 10 is not out there. Here come the leaders out of 4. Another lap complete, 3 in the books, 7 to go.
Yeah, Hood's up on the 10 in the pits, and the 51 of Tom Hughes was moved to the back, as everybody probably knows by the running order, but Tom Hughes was penalized after the spin to Wollaston.
Front 3 trying to get away here. Lawrence, Rockwood, and Roberts out of turn number 4. Then it's the Genereux machine, the 25 BT all by himself in 4th. Len Starrett is just past Chad Prue for 5th. There's your leaders. Out of 2, down and back. 28 is Joe Lawrence, 97 is Rockwood. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Look at that left rear tire jump up on both cars. You see that a lot in Bone Stock, especially cornering here on the half mile. Egg-shaped racetrack, if you're just joining us, turns 1 and 2 are closer together than turns 3 and 4, so you can carry more speed through turns 3 and 4 coming back to the line. And Lawrence will lead him into turn 3, half done here. 5 down, 5 to go. Bone Stock heat race number 2 on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. Joe Lawrence out front, Rockwood, Roberts your top 3, Genereux in 4th, Starrett in 5th. Lots of memories for myself personally as well from Dave Lawrence. I used to work here when Dave raced. Went to his funeral service. It was a very well attended evening, of course. He was a wonderful man, and we're honoring him tonight. And his son, Joe Lawrence, leads this Bone Stock heat race number 2 with 3 to go. His other son, Chris Lawrence, went in the first Bone Stock. Brother Joe trying to do the same in Bone Stock heat race number 2. Coming around, 2 to go. There's Roberts in the 15, Genereux in the 25, 3rd and 4th respectively. As they come out of turn number 4, 2 to go at the line. Genereux looking pretty fast here. Looks to the inside of Roberts, and Sterling will shut the door. The 15 has Kate documented coming fresh off a suspension. And Genereux will draw even down the back. This is a battle for 3rd on your screen. Adam Genereux on the low side, Sterling Roberts on the high side. Leaders taking the white flag right now. 1 lap to go for Joe Lawrence. Into turn number 1, the 28. Up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. Half a lap to go for Bone Stock heat race number 2 on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. So far, there's not been a winner not named Lawrence. This time it's Joe. Bone Stock heat race number 2 winner. The 28 of Joe Lawrence. And Rockwood comes in 2nd, followed by Roberts, Genereux, Starrett, your top 5. Prue, Joe Kicks, Tom Hughes, Wollaston, Wally Wilson, their top 10. Shane Dixon finishing 11th. Ian Levesque did not finish the race. And there you see Joe Lawrence, winner of the Bone Stock heat race number 2. Pretty good start for the Lawrence family tonight.
Yeah, there's no Lawrence in the next race, but there are BT racing cars, so they still got some representation from BT Racing. It was BT Racing back in the day, and the boys have definitely kept that alive here at Delaware Speedway, and that's great to see.
There you see Joe in victory lane for a photograph as the field for Bone Stock heat race number 3 ready to go on pit road. And we'll get to that race on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 Superstock at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube series right here on Rogers TV.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies, comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or from home, hop on to DelawareSpeedway.com. Plus, Delaware is offering free shipping on all orders over the Labor Day long weekend. Welcome back and happy Labor Day weekend to you. Bone Stock Heat Race number 3, the fastest on average under green flag. We have the top 3 in points starting at the back of the field. We have the penalized at 33 of Paul Fothergill moving up to the second spot. He dropped some points, had a big hit for failing tech. Plus our former points leader, the 17 of Colin Wilms, dropped 3 spots in the standings after a miserable night 2 weeks ago. He's going 3 wide down the front stretch. There you see the blue and white car looking for the 3rd spot. Nathan Rhea in that 26. There's the 6 of Quarry. Wilms in that blue 17. Looking for vengeance here, trying to get a good night all around. Had a miserable night 2 weeks ago. Kate dropping him 3 spots in the standings and looking to rebound tonight.
Yeah, definitely looking to gain some of those points back, and with the guys ahead of him, behind him, that's where he would like to keep them. But getting any points back that you can in the heat race is definitely a good start to your night if you can do so. It looks like there's trouble with the 93 on the back stretch.
Yeah, that's Race Meyer. I think maybe off the pace. Yes, Race Meyer off the pace coming into turn 4 will drop down to the inside. Possibly maybe a tire going down, who knows. Got into some trouble with Langford and Verhoeven back in the field and immediately off the pace. Meanwhile, front of the field, it's Mark Hutchinson in that 36. Haven't seen a lot of him this year. And he leads right now, and Fothergill will try and catch him. Wilms up to 3rd. Verburn to the inside of Quarry, right there for 4th. And Quarry will shut the door. And there's the points leader behind Verburn. Donovan Clark's come from the back of the field. Battle at the front of the field. Now we go to the pits for Race Meyer back in. Side by side for the lead. It's Hutchinson on the outside, Fothergill on the inside. I haven't seen Hutchinson all year. Got any background to him, Kate?
I'm not sure where he's been this season. Maybe working on a new car, but back out tonight, we're definitely happy to see him back at the racetrack. Our other points leader is struggling at the back of this field so far with the 03 of Matt Langford's back there with the 78 BT of Justin Culver.
Fothergill with the lead. Wilms all over him as they dive into turn number 1. With 4 laps to go, Hutchison back to 3rd, Quarry in 4th, Verburn 5th, Donovan Clark, your co-points leader, in 6th, followed by Verhoeven, and Langford marred at the back of the field. You only get points if you finish in the top 10. And right now, the 10th spot goes to Nathan Rhea. No, my apologies. Nathan Rhea is in 9th. Langford and Culver battling for 10th. So only one car in this heat race will not get any points. Leaders trying to get away from the rest of the field. It's Fothergill and Wilms coming around to take 2 to go. Hutchinson remains in 3rd, followed by Quarry and Verburn, your top 5. Verhoeven's followed Donovan Clark all the way to this battle for 5th now. Langford just seems totally out of it at the back of the field, still battling with Rhea and Culver.
Yeah, Langford and Culver kind of got shuffled back there with the contact with Race Meyer, and then we're stuck behind Nathan Rhea. It seems that their lap times are definitely increasing, well, at least for Langford, as he's gotten past. So we'll have to see what that means for him for the rest of this. It looks like we may even see him in the B main.
Inside the last lap here, Fothergill will lead him down the back. Verhoeven's made a move on Donovan Clark to gain a point. And Charlie Verhoeven up to 6 now, ahead of the points leader. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Fothergill and Wilms, and Fothergill will win Bone Stock Heat Race number 3 after being penalized last time out. Wilms will grab second, Hutchison third, followed by Quarry and Verburn, your top 5. Verhoeven gains a point on Donovan Clark, who finishes 7th. Then it's Mitchell Rawlings. Matt Langford will get 2 points. He finishes 9th, followed by Nathan Rea and Justin Culver in 11th spot. Racemeyer will finish 12th. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris. Here I'm joined now by Ryan Dyson. Now, Ryan, tonight, with it being the Dave Lawrence Memorial 50-lap special, what's it going to take to get this car in victory lane? Obviously, a couple weeks ago, you had this car not doing so good. You got it back in one piece. What are you going to do?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I thought I'd join Monster Jam and try and crush some cars. It was really cool. It was really expensive. Honestly, I don't know. It's American Racer tires suck is the big thing. We every time we put sticker tires on the car loses 2/10. Every single week we got to go back to the same 4 tires we've been running all year, and they got 600-700 laps on them. So that's been our Achilles heel, and I've called them and they assure me it's not a real thing, but I promise you it is. And I think everyone's having to deal with it in some capacity. Maybe we just got to come out on more Mondays and run some more laps in them or something. I'm not sure, but it's hard. I don't really know. Tires, that's my only answer for you, because the car's really good otherwise.
Now, obviously, your race car number is the 28. Talk to me about the importance of the 28. Dave Lawrence also had the 28. Talk to me about that number and what it means to you.
Yeah, so the reason I actually run the number 28 is I was always a massive Steve Robley fan growing up. I always cheered for him, and at the same time I was cheering for him was about the same time that Dave Lawrence was out here just kicking everyone's butt in the super stocks, or back then it was the street stocks. So it's definitely cool. I know that Joe was running the 28 car tonight as well, so hopefully we can get out front early. We're starting in the first heat tonight, so hopefully we can get up front, get a good starting spot, and walk away lead all 50. It'd be the biggest payout in our team's history if we can win with all the extra money that's been put up. So that's the plan.
Best of luck tonight, Ryan. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Hopefully we can find some tires.
Hope so. Back upstairs.
Thank you, gentlemen. V8 stocks up next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30, where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
The Great Food Truck Race is back.
We made you some chicken skin nachos.
We're hitting the southern Atlantic coast with 9 teams.
$17 for French fries? Are you crazy?
Noodles!
Jalapenos!
Smash burgers! WTF. What the funnel cake.
The Great Food Truck Race. See it on Food Network.
Welcome back. Getting set for V8 stock heat race number 1. Green flag from Delaware Speedway. 11, I'll say it again, 11 cars in heat race number 1, which means it's a huge field in this V8 stock division tonight, which is fantastic. The 5 is Jay Dewar. The 23 is Jeff Ferguson battling for the lead. And Ferguson really loose in turns 3 and 4. And once again, this V8 stock division. Oh, we got contact on the front stretch, and they both stayed straight. My goodness. It was the 95 of Orr getting run into by Derek Clark. We haven't seen Derek Clark in many, many weeks. And he's racing tonight. And remember, the 21.1 second breakout time. Kate, what's the breakout mean?
21.1 seconds. You cannot go faster. You go 21.0, and you do have to serve a stop and go penalty. There's the look at it there. There, the one of Clark tags the back of Orr. You saw it on the replay there.
Yeah, Derek Clark slow on the backstretch. He's going to come into the pits from the back entrance. There's Derek. And that's Nova. It's Jay Doer out front in this V8 stock heat race number 1. And he's got a healthy lead through turns 3 and 4. Up to a second is the 91 of Chad Clutterbuck. 95 of Lucas Orr battling with Clutterbuck for that second spot. There you see them. Some damage on that left rear bumper, the 95, from that contact with the 1 at Derek Clark. Doug Stewart also in this heat race along with Randy Martin 4th and 5th. Darren Wright's in 6th. Kara Martin in 7th. Jesse Hertzl in 8th. Mike Mayhew in 9th. And then Ferguson and Clark. Ferguson back on pit road is going to re-enter the race. It's all Jay Doer, and that's white and kind of maroonish red number 5 out of turn number 4. And it's Orr, Clutterbuck, and Stewart, your top 4. Randy Martin right now battling with Darren Wright for 5th. Kate always checks our times here when the V8 stocks are on. And she'll do that again tonight, and they'll keep us informed. Had huge drama last time we broadcasted the V8 stocks. The leaders were all flagged for speeding on the very last lap. And the winner was actually running 3rd last time we covered the V8 stocks. Here comes Jay Doer. 2 laps to go this time by. Oh, Darren Wright, I think. No, did I jump the gun? No, he did. 20.877. Right, Kate?
Yeah, we do have 1.
Darren Wright currently running in the 5th spot. Just got flagged for speeding. White flag at the speedway. Got to do a stop and go. Now with 1 lap left, it's interesting if he will stop and go. Pretty much guaranteed last spot in this heat race if he stops on the last lap, but he's going to get nailed if he doesn't stop anyways. And he's going to stop. The 62 of Wright will do a stop and go in the back. Here comes the leader out of turn number 4. Checker flag in the air. Jay Doer, impressive heat race 1 win in the V8 stock class. Followed by Lucas Orr, Chad Clutterbuck, Doug Stewart. Randy Martin, your top 5. Then Kara Martin, Jesse Hertzl. Darren Wright finished 8th. Mike Mayhew, Jeff Ferguson in 10th. And Derek Clark. And that is your unofficial running order after V8 stock heat race number 1. And still 8 more to go. So they had 11 in heat race number 1. 8 more on pit road for number 2. That's 19 V8 stocks. That is fantastic stuff. That is awesome.
Yeah, this class is definitely growing week by week. It's good to see that the numbers keep growing. It was definitely interesting to see some of the vehicles that are out today. You're going to see how many different body styles in this class. You'll also see a truck in this class. I think Devin Blumendahl's got the 01 machine back out as well. So it's very good to see this class continuing to grow and having some of those vehicles brought out from the graveyard of racing machines.
We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen and Chevrolet. And getting set for V8 stock heat race number 2. Less than allowed to go before we take green. Interesting that we had 11 in the first race and 8 in the second race. I would have split that up maybe 10-9, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if they
That's
had
why we're up
some,
here, not in Tech Garage, right?
But I also wonder if maybe they had some racers that we haven't seen yet this season or not much of. Thought that it'd be better to put them all in the first heat.
True.
Again, above our pay grade.
Here they come out of turn number 4. V8 stocks on track. 21.1 second is the cutoff time, or you're stopping and going on the backstretch. It's Mike Howard in 3. Outside is Caden Patrick in the 86. The points leaders right there, the silver 45. Barry Watson, Jeremy Taggart on the outside in the 11. Jordan Morris, the new daddy, in that 73 on the inside. They can go full blast in the opening lap because they start at a caution pace. We got smoke, lots of smoke coming out of the 95 on the front stretch. They might throw a black flag. There you see the 95 of Aiden McMillan. And off the pace a little bit as well, but staying on the track. And Watson will grab the lead early and will lead after lap number 2. No indication of a black flag yet, just a lot of smoke billowing out of the right side of that 95. There's the battle for second, led by Patrick in the 86. Howard on the outside, Morris in the 73, Taggart in that gold 11. Bottom of the screen, there you see McMillan remaining on the track. No action on the flag stand to grab a black flag. They're going to let him go around. They must be okay with whatever that exhaust is, but definitely smoking like crazy coming out of that side pipe. Patrick to the inside, looking for the second spot on Howard. They're side by side as they come through turns 3 and 4. Morris looks to the inside in that 73 and wants to stay there, and Patrick will close the door for now. Blumendahl in the 01 truck. Taggart got caught in some traffic at the back of the field with the 17 of Steve Book. There you see that battle, and Howard's gone all the way from outside for third all the way to the back of the field in about a half a lap. Leaders work turns 1 and 2. The track actually getting a little bit hazy because of that exhaust off the 95, Kate. You can see it up here for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely burning something, but it seems that track officials are not worried about it at this time as they're letting it go.
Yeah, there's been
but definitely off the speed.
Yeah, no indication of a black flag at all in the last 5 laps. They're coming up on the 95 now, and they're going to go through a smoke screen. There you see the leaders coming through. Watson out front, Patrick second, Morris third. And the 95 is still billowing out smoke from that right side tailpipe. There's the 86 of Patrick, 73 Morris, second and third. The 01 at Devin Blumendahl having a good run in that. Oh, and that truck, as we just mentioned him, goes sideways through turns 3 and 4. And again, it keeps the position. And Steve Books come up to challenge Blumendahl now for 4th.
This heat race is doing a great job sticking around that 21-2, 21-3 mark, making sure that there is no breakouts, but we'll have to see as things close down here on the last lap, whether or not somebody's willing to push it.
White flag on the speedway, lots of 21-second laps. We got one covered, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a breakout with the 17 of Steve Book.
He did look fast that last lap, to be honest with you. Coming out of turn 2, he was flying, to be honest with you, Kate. Here they come out of turn 4 one final time, trying to stay under the limit. Barry Watson will cross first. And they're all good. Watson will win heat race number 2, followed by Patrick and Morris, your front 3. Book stayed on the track. He will be sent to the back for finishing order. And then we have Blumendahl, Taggart, Howard, and Aiden McMillan. Let's go pit road to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined here by the Bone Stock Division current points leader here, Donovan Clark. Now, Donovan, talk to me about your season so far. You've been able to keep around the top, keep the car clean, and being able to finish top 5. Talk to me about your season.
Yeah, I mean, we had a rough start there to begin with. We weren't doing as well as we thought, but it's a brand new car this year, so we just built it over the winter. It's starting to hook up now, so this is the prime time to do that.
Now, obviously, track conditions tonight going to be different from the last few weeks where we've had the heat and humidity. Now, cooler night. Talk to me the type of adjustments that you make to a bone stock car like this.
It's going to be a lot faster, a little more slick. We didn't change anything from last week, just made sure the car was in good shape, didn't need any new parts or anything like that, so we can't change too much when we got a fast car.
Well, best of luck tonight and the rest of the season, Donovan.
Yeah, thank you.
Back upstairs to Chris for more.
All right, thank you, Jeremy and Donovan Clark, the current points leader in the bone stock standings. You agree with Donovan's analysis of the conditions now? The sun's gone down, the temperature has definitely dropped, so the track colder, more grip and faster?
It will be, I believe, for the bone stocks. The bone stocks run a little bit different than everybody else, whereas the grip seems to be a great thing for them to kind of hook up on those lines. Whereas some of the lower profile tires, yes, they're still treaded, but they are lower profile, and they seem to hug just as well. So we'll see what Ryan Dyson thinks with more grip. He said that he's got to put on the other tires so that it's slicker. So we'll see how the super stocks run.
And they are on track right now. The super stocks getting set for their Dave Lawrence Memorial Race 50-lapper later tonight. And they're going to run 10-lap heat races here. A pair of heat races, I would imagine. And it'll be Kuykendall out front. We'll bring this field to green. We see Pete Vanderwish Jr. in the 7 car at the back of the field. He'll be racing full out tonight, I would imagine. White flag on the speedway. Kuykendall will be inside row number 1. Then it's Chuck Menzie outside row 1 in the 5. Row 2, Connor Van Steensel, Brendan Edgar. Row number 3, Mike Herniak Jr., Ryan Dyson in that fabled 28. Ethan Orr, Pete Vanderwish Jr. in row number 4. And Jay Cox in that double goose egg, 00 shotgun on the field. Lights off the Delaware Speedway Pace vehicle. Getting set for 10 laps for the super stocks here. Don't forget, we are off next week. We will start our Knights hockey transition, preseason, Knights and Otters. Canada Life plays 7 o'clock, Rogers TV. We're back to finish off our racing season in 2 weeks from tonight. Out of turn number 4. And green flag for Kuykendall and Menzie in the front row. Edgar and Van Steensel want to go here. This will be interesting. With the 8 and the 5, it'll tend to be a little bit off the pace from the top speeds. And there we go, Steensel to the outside, Edgar to the inside. And caught in the middle is Kuykendall. And Menzie will grab the lead out of turn number 4.
Yeah, drivers definitely playing it a little bit cautious instead of following that outside line and continuing with the 3 wide, back off, fall into line. There's a lot of laps that need to be run tonight by these super stocks, so keeping your car in one piece through the heat race is definitely key to success here.
Here's Menzie out of turn 4. So I would assume with the 50-lap race tonight, not their 35, or not their, they normally do 25, don't they, or 35? Late models do 35, they do 25, so they're doing 50 tonight, double the race. You would think that they would have been allowed an extra new tire today, would you not?
They may have been allowed an extra new tire, but when we've already talked to Ryan Dyson and they don't love the grip on it, I don't think they're going to go to that extra tire. Other teams may have came out on Monday, ran some extra laps to break them in to where they like them, but every team's going to have a different approach with what they're going to do in their own pit.
Chuck Menzie looking pretty good out front. Edgar to the inside of Van Steensel. That's a battle for second. That's the 57 of Ethan Orr in that powder blue 57. Side by side, Herniak Jr. and Vanderwish Jr. in that 7. And Vanderwish Jr. trying to follow Van Steensel on the outside. That pack all together. 8 cars put a blanket on him. There's 8 of them there. Led by the 5 of Chuck Menzie. Halfway this time by. Replay.
Here's a replay here. The 71 wiggles all by himself, not off anybody in particular. The 4 was out clear and free, and so was the 57 of Orr.
Edgar now looks to the inside of the 5 of Menzie, side by side for the lead. Van Steensel and Orr trailing them, then Vanderwish Jr. and the 00 of Cox, then Dyson. 3 wide into turn number 1. And it's Orr that's going to come out the benefactor of that battle. Evanuis Jr. will also grab a couple spots up the second. And Pete's come from the back to the front here. And Orr will lead him through turns 3 and 4 with 3 to go this time by. Evanuis Jr. looks fast, Kate.
Yeah, Vanderwist Jr. is running real fast in this race, running some 20.7 laps alongside Ethan Orr, but he's to the inside now, going through 3 and 4. Pete Vanderwist Jr. is going to take this lap with 2 to go.
White flag on the speed, or sorry, 2 laps to go, my apologies, on the speedway. And the leaders work turns 1 and 2. Vanderwist Jr. and Orr, nose to tail. Into turn number 3. Dyson up to third now, and a good run by the 28. White flag this time by for the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. has come from the back to the front. Here in the heat race at number 1 for the Super Stocks. The 57 is Ethan Orr. They're all by themselves now. Dyson in third, Cox in fourth, Edgar holding on to fifth. Here they come out of turn 4, back to the front for the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. to take Superstock heat race number 1. Or Dyson, Cox, and Van Steensel running out the top 5. Then it's Edgar, Herniak Jr., Menzie, and Kuykendall rounding out the running order for Superstock heat race number 1. When we come back, we'll head to heat race number 2. Don't go anywhere. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back as we open up your Labor Day weekend. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action at home, you can shop anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now to represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style, and Delaware is offering free shipping on all orders over the long weekend. So make sure to make your order so you can get that free shipping.
Here we get set for Superstock heat race number 2. Carson Nagy, Darrell Lake up front in row number 1. It'll be Brody Rickwood and Hudson Nagy, row number 2. Nick Ramsey and the points leader, Trevor Culver, row number 3. Lane Zardo and Joe Lawrence in that new Mike McCall 28 in honor of tonight. His dad, Dave Lawrence Memorial Night here at Delaware Speedway at the back of the field. And it's been a while since we've seen the 36 of Lane Zardo, haven't we? Or is it just me?
I think he's been out here and there for some specialty races. But other than that, I don't think he's been running. He hasn't been running consistently here, but it is good to see Lane back in this field tonight.
He's doing some running in the Ontario Sportsman Series, I believe, as well. Carson Nagy will bring him out of turn number 4. Trying to get into that points lead of Trevor Culver. Green flag for the Superstocks. They're going to do a 50-lapper tonight. Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, 50 laps coming up later tonight. Nagy will grab the lead. Rickwood quickly to second. Lake trapped on the outside. Here comes Ramsey at 07. To the inside of that 77 of Lake. Culver trying to work the outside. He can't get to the inside yet. He loves the inside, but can't get there. Then it's Zardo and Joe Lawrence at the back of the field. And Carson trying to get away here. Lake and Rickwood side by side. 07 is Ramsey. After that, it's Hudson Nagy. Then side by side, Zardo to the inside of Culver, and then Joe Lawrence. Oh, and Culver went right over the hood of Zardo to get to the inside, bending his rear bumper. Wow, he wanted the inside lane, Kate. He knows he can advance on the inside. He cannot work on the outside, and went almost right across the entire hood of the Zardo machine.
Yeah, Trevor Culver likes to get to that inside fast and furious. Spotter may not have fully known that he was completely clear. There either was a miscommunication or he just saw the opening and went for it.
And now Culver is trying to work to the inside of Hudson Nagy. He is sixth in line on this super stock train, led by Carson Nagy out front in that 93. Then it's Rickwood and Darrell Lake, your top three. There's Culver in the 1. Right behind the 36 of Hudson Nagy. Ahead of Hudson is that 07 of Nick Ramsey. Joe Lawrence has gotten by Zardo for the 7th position. Now Culver to the inside of Hudson Nagy. Pretty good indication in what we knew for the last month or so, Kate. The one car does not like the outside, wants to get to the inside. He'll force his way to the inside if he has to, and he did it early on in this race.
Trying to make up as much track position as he can now to ensure a better start there for the feature. But the one machine is on the move.
Up to 5th spot now. 3 to go this time by. Needs a couple more positions. Sorry, finishing 5th in heat race number 2. He'll be starting just inside the top 10, I would imagine, in the feature, but it is 50 laps. It's Carson Nagy, Rickwood, and Lake, your front 3. Then it's Ramsey, Culver, Hudson Nagy, your next 3, and then Lawrence and Zardo.
What a Culver pulled right to the back bumper of Ramsey. Unable to get to the inside. There's 2 to go.
There they work turns 1 and 2, back up front. Carson Nagy in the 93, then it's Rickwood in the 83. Lake just off screen, right side. There's Darrell in that 77. White flag this time by. And Culver trying to push his way past the 07 of Ramsey. And Nick trying to hold on for that 4th spot. Good points here for Carson Nagy if he can finish up front. And Culver finishes in 5th. One more time through turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, it's Carson Nagy will win super stock heat race number 2, followed by Rickwood and Lake. Ramsey will beat out Culver by half a car length for 4th. Culver will finish 5th, and Hudson Nagy, Joe Lawrence, and Lane Zardo. Your unofficial running order for super stock heat race number 2. Let's go to pit road to Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris. And here I'm joined by Barry Watson. Now, Barry, still in the lead here in the V8 stock division. Take me through the season so far for you and what's going to take to continue that momentum here up in the lead.
Well, we started off real strong this year with a bunch of wins, and then the other guys got way faster, and we lost quite a bit of points to them. It's kind of made it a lot more entertaining anyways. But car works great in the heat race. It wasn't working all good so far today, and then came right on in the heat race. So hopefully in the future I can keep myself from breaking out, keep my daughter and my wife and my fans and family happy.
Now, obviously, there's some bonus money on the line tonight. If you were to win that bonus money, what would you do to try to put this car, make it faster?
It doesn't need to go any faster. It already goes too fast. No, that money just goes into fuel and maintenance and everything else. But I really want to thank Doc Stater Property Maintenances for upping that cash for us. That was a really good deal from them. They've sponsored our division for a long time, and they've just been a great sponsor of the division.
Well, best of luck tonight, Barry, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, you guys too.
Back upstairs.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Football in Mexico is a language. It's the national language. I'm here to tell the story of this team, the town, the fans. And Rob and Ryan are here for the fun.
We're very excited to join in. And also because we're scared of La Patrona. See?
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And you can show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. Classic hoodies, comfortable t-shirts, stylish hats. There's something for every race fan, whether you're watching from the grandstands or following us from home. DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now. Represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. And Delaware offering free shipping on all orders over the Labor Day long weekend. Getting set for the Bone Stock B main. It's probably the least amount of cars for any Bone Stock B main we've seen all season long. Just 10 in this heat race, B main. And green flag and one car sounded awful as he crossed the start-finish line. I don't know what car that was, but it sounded awful. As Culver will grab the lead. Here comes Boschel at 333. To the inside of Wally Wilson, driving that 23 for Jesse Howard. Boschel like a wet mop through turns 3 and 4. My goodness, the 7 is Thomas Jeremy. The 64 in yellow is Mark McDonald. Yeah, we found the culprit. Back of the field, the 92H of Ryan Houston. Doesn't sound too good.
No, it sounds like it's struggling.
You can hear the Houston machine all the way to the backstretch, and we're up top here. Culver will lead. Boschel second. McDonald third. That's your front three. And there goes Houston. As you I purposely didn't talk so the fans could hear it at home. Culver out front. And McDonald makes a move. There's a battle going into turn 3. The 69C of Bradley Marchand. Sorry about that. And the 7 of Thomas Jeremy. As it's a 15-lap B main here for the Bone Stocks. And Culver will lead out of turn number 2 and down the back. The 64 of Mark McDonald. The 333 Liam Boschel in third. Wally Wilson, the 23 in fourth. And Bradley Marchand, 69C in fifth. Every time that Houston car comes by the front stretch, you start laughing.
It sounds like one of those cars that somebody's put like one of those fart can mufflers on that all the cool guys in high school used to pull up in across the front stretch.
Culver through turns 3 and 4. Mark McDonald trying to track him down. The gap was 2.35 seconds last time. And Boschel in third, Wilson in fourth, and Marchand. And there is the Ryan Houston machine there momentarily. Culver down the back into turn number 3. 10 laps to go here in this 15-lap Bone Stock B main. And there, yeah, now everybody's talking about the Houston car, even the track announcers that time by. Mark McDonald, let's see, this time 2.735 seconds back of the Culver machine. And might be tracking him down just a little bit here. Culver coming up on the aforementioned 92H of Ryan Houston. Out of turn number 4. Boschel still in third spot, slowly being tracked down by Wally Wilson into 23. Culver to the outside of Houston. Actually, the gap is increasing now, just under 3 seconds. Culver back to McDonald. There's the 333 of Liam Boschel. The 23 is Wally Wilson, running tonight for the injured Jesse Howard. And the 69C is Bradley Marchand. Right behind the 23. Well, probably 4 or 5 car lengths behind the 23. Less than 7 laps to go for the 78 at Culver.
This B main's paying out $200 for bonuses. With this being such a special night at the track, some sponsors put up some money and made sure that these classes have some bonuses. So $200 to the B main winner. The B main Bandit is out front. The B main Bandit, Justin Culver, out front looking for 2 brown bills here.
coming around to take 5 laps to go. The B main winner actually takes home the most bonus out of any of the bonuses, the extra bonuses in the bone stock. If you finish in the top 5 in the A main, it's $100. A main halfway leader, $100. 28th place in the A main, 28 for Dave Lawrence, of course, $100. Last place in the A feature, $100. So $200 to win the B main. Culver, eyes on the prize with 4 to go. Here's Bochelle out of turn 4. The 23 is Wally Wilson. That's a battle for third. No change up front, and McDonald 3.5 seconds back of Culver now. But the battle up front is for that third spot on screen right now. They'll go to the high side of Sarah Lawrence. It's Bochelle 3:33. Wally Wilson in the 23. Don't pull out the 69C of Bradley Marchand. Bradley's right there as well. There you see Bradley just in your picture momentarily. Coming around 2 to go here for the 78 of Justin Culver. Looking really good, that 78 machine. Mark McDonald all by himself in second. McDonald's over a straightaway ahead of third place. There's Culver down the back. That battle is shaping up nicely. The 71 of John Clausen also in that battle for third now. As they come out of turn number 2 and down the back, here comes the leader to grab the white flag. And white flag at the Speedway for Culver. 4-car battle for third through turns 3 and 4. Culver will go up the track in turn number 2 and down the back. One final time here for an extra $200 to win the B main through turns 3 and 4. Dominating fashion, the 78. Justin Culver will win Bone Stock B main tonight. Checker flag. Mark McDonald will finish second. Side by side for 5th behind Bochelle and Wilson. Here comes Bochelle out of turn 4. Then it's Wilson. Side by side for 5th. It's going to be Clausen ahead of the 69C of Marchand. There you see our Bone Stock B main winner tonight, the 78 of Justin Culver. Let's head down to pit road. Oh, sorry, Kate, go ahead.
So far, we have a BT sweep.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let's go trackside.
Sweep.
Trackside to Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm here joined by Joe Lawrence. Now, Joe, 50 laps for you tonight in the Super Stocks. Talk to me about what's going to take to maybe get this 28 machine into victory lane here tonight.
It's definitely going to be a tough one. Track position's hard to come by when you're doing one-off shows, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a good group of guys, and it's a lot of fun to drive these cars. So, you know, win or lose, I'm just here to enjoy the night and just savor the moment and have some fun here.
Now, the BT Racing team in the Bone Stocks were able to get a clean sweep tonight, and for Justin Culver getting into the B main and winning that. Talk to me about this BT Racing team obviously being able to get on hand and getting all wins tonight in the heat races.
Definitely, that's all Chris, Penny, and Glavin. They got all these Bone Stocks ready to go racing, and you know, takes a lot, but they do it and they have fun, and you know, we get to bring 5 cars here and have a fun night.
Well, best of luck tonight and good luck.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And more to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, Chris Soares, Kate Friel. Top of the tower, Dave Lawrence, a Memorial night tonight. Earlier today, had a chance to speak to his two boys, Chris and Joe. Let's take you to that interview right now.
Good work. Okay.
Welcome back down here on the pit road at Delaware Speedway with Chris and Joe Lawrence. Tonight is the first annual Dave Lawrence Memorial here at Delaware Speedway. We'll start with you, my friend. Thoughts on tonight being the first ever Dave Lawrence Memorial in honor of your dad?
Yeah, I'm really happy to have the track put this together for everybody. We really didn't have a whole lot to do with it. This was part of Delaware's plan, and it's really good to see the car counts that we've got in the pit already tonight, and we're just excited to be on track and try and bring home a couple of those checker flags.
Yeah, Chris brings up a good point, Joel. You guys really didn't have a lot to do with the planning. You knew it was coming. How was it introduced to you? And obviously there was no issue saying, yeah, let's do it.
Well, I'm kind of a background worker. I always say that. I let other people take care of the upfront stuff. So it was, the track approached, I think my mom first, and then, my mom talked to us and kind of just wanted to see how we felt about it. Obviously, I was all for it. As a group, I think we're all for it. It's really cool what the track wants to do. And I'm kind of blown back by just how much support and how much it's come together to be a pretty big night, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, right behind us is a full roster of cars with a lot of 2s on it, a lot of 8s on it. Your dad drove a 28. Tell us about the roster behind us here.
Yeah, so we typically bring out 4 bone stock cars every Friday. We brought out a 5th car this week so that I have something to race against my brother and my wife. So it's our dirt car. It'll be a little bit breezy with the screen on there tonight, but it should be some fun. And I think we've typically got close to 40 bone stocks on track, so should be a pretty stout field.
Joe, I'm going to peel away here and let Chris have a look at this car behind us. Tell us a bit about this 28. We haven't seen it all year.
No, it's been sitting at our shop. Mike owns it, and he just kind of, it's been sitting. He bought it back from a customer who was just going through some times. So it's been sitting there, and we're kind of trying to figure out what to do with it. Finally came to the decision, hey, let's bring it out here and just have some fun and see what we can do. Street stocks are a lot of fun. They used to be fun back in the day to drive, and they're still just as fun now, so I'm kind of excited to see how the night goes.
Yeah, so I'm going to age myself, and I've known you guys since you were kids. I used to broadcast here when your dad was running. Any questions when you were young in your mind, I want to follow in his footsteps?
Definitely not. No questions for me. I can't remember how little I was when I started ripping around the yard and whatever I could get in. We had golf carts, ATVs, dirt bikes. One after another, they all got sold eventually because I would do something stupid enough that my mom said get rid of it, and I think eventually she decided that it's time for him to go racing.
Same question for you, Chris. Any thoughts when you were growing up? Want to follow in Dad's footsteps?
I always grew up watching. I always really thought I'd be a kind of behind-the-scenes guy. So when Joe started racing, he started a year before me. I was his honorary crew chief. And that lasted about half a season before I was itching to get behind the wheel myself. So we bought a car, and we've basically been on track ever since.
Thank you very much, guys, for your time. I appreciate it. Joe Lawrence here, Chris Lawrence here. Tonight's the first annual Dave Lawrence Memorial here at Delaware Speedway. We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
They're saying Sonny Hayes is this rough and tumble, old school, doesn't take orders cowboy. We all lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
Be ready. Ready for war. Combat.
You're crazy, bro.
Take it out of my paycheck.
We don't pay you enough.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Delaware is offering free shipping on orders over this long weekend.
Great. I want to say thank you to Chris Burkholz, who was my cameraman for that interview earlier this evening. It was great to catch up with Chris and Joel. I've known them since they were kids. As I mentioned, aged myself on the interview. I used to work here when Dave raced. Thoughts on some memories with you and Dave Lawrence in your racing days, or?
Yeah, so Joe started racing around 8 years old. I was already racing junior late models here at the track. We used to run the inside through the hairpin turn at the end, and we met the Lawrence family, and Joe and my brother were always pretty close as kids. Chris and I were pretty close, so it was always great to see Dave at the track and then come cheer him on a Friday night. We'd see him on Wednesdays and then sit in the stands and cheer and maybe go down and visit after. So lots of great memories with him and his family, and it's great that the track is honoring him.
Yeah, and there's been, just for clarification, there has been quite a few other Dave Lawrence Memorial races. I know that Matt Robley won it in 2016. When he was racing street stocks back then. But nice to see the Lawrence family here in full force, and BT Racing off to a fantastic start so far this evening. All right, switching gears to the V8 stocks here for their feature race. Going to be 25 laps for the V8 stocks, 21.1 second breakout time. Kate's going to be monitoring that for us. What a fantastic field. 19 V8 stocks in attendance tonight. This is absolutely awesome to see this size of field. It gives you another reason to bring another car out and to go racing with the V8 stocks. That 21.2 breakout time really pairing the field together. So we'll see on the opening lap, because you're starting at this caution pace. They'll go full out, get as many positions as they can in that opening lap, and then they're going to have to pace themselves. It'll be Jay Dewar and Lucas Orr bringing them to the line. V8 stock feature, green flag. And Dewar will get a great jump into turn number 1 to the inside already. Chad Clutterbuck in that silver 91 getting to the inside of the Orr 95. A great run by Lucas out of a corner exit. Turn 2. Coming around to complete lap 1. We'll take you below the flag stand. Speed shot on Rogers TV. Jay Dewar was close to the wall there last time by, Kate, and he's gone like a rocket ship in that 5 machine.
Yeah, Jay Dewar's flying. I would say that we'll probably have to watch some times on him coming up shortly. We'll have to back her down a little bit because he is running fast. The 23X of Jeff Ferguson did have to pull to the pits, so it looks like they will go at least 1 lap down.
Oh, the leader breaks out, Kate. Jay Dewar, 21.045, and to the back of the field he goes, and give the lead to Lucas Orr at the line. Unbelievable.
Well, I guess he gets the first breakout, $100 right there.
Yeah, maybe he was gunning for that. Who knows? $100 to the first breakout. Yes, that was a bonus amount today as well. Orr will lead him out at 4. It's Watson, Stewart, Morris, all right there. Devin Blumendahl in that 01 truck as well. Leaders out of turn 2 and down the back. Patrick is up to 6th. Steve Book in 7th. Then Taggart and Kara Martin. Side by side for the lead. Watson on the outside. That's the points leader.
Watson broke out that time by.
Barry Watson, 21.049. Kate gave it to you. And the leader, the second leader in a row, is broken out, and he'll have to do a stop and go next time on the backstretch.
Unfortunately, this stop and go isn't going to pay as well as the first one.
Absolutely. But he's going to lose a ton of positions. And Watson, the points leader, is going to stop on the backstretch. That is the point. Oh, Steve Book, he broke out as well. He'll do a stop and go right behind Watson. It's the Lucas Oil out front now with Jordan Morris, Doug Stewart, and Devin Blumendahl. Oh, we got trouble in turn 2. Devin Blumendahl almost into the back of the 73. Not quite sure what happened there. It looked like Lucas Oil just stopped out of turn 2.
Jay Dewar broke out again, serving another stop and go.
Here come the leaders out of turn 2 another time. Did you say Jay Dewar got nailed again?
Jay Dewar got nailed again on the 6th lap.
It's a front pack of 8 cars. Sorry, my apologies. 7 cars in 1 truck. Here they come. Caution on the speedway. 91 at clutterbutts around in turn 3 and 4. And we'll go caution in a very entertaining V8 stock. This is awesome. How this division, Kate, has just grown over the last 2 or 3 years when they brought in that 21.1 second breakout time. We start with 19 cars tonight.
Yeah, we start with 19 cars, but it also really creates like a pack style racing, and who's willing to push. And they don't have radio, so they don't know how close they're getting. They have to kind of judge. They have one-way radios from the tower. I should specify a little bit more. They have one-way radios from the tower to them, but they're not talking to any crew members as to where their time's at in order to let off or to keep going at the start-finish line. So that's why you'll see they'll try and push it a little bit further, because you might be thinking, well, why isn't their crew telling them to slow down? Yeah. Well, they have no communication with them, so it's just driver versus driver, and you're trying to kind of play that game with the guy beside you.
Well, you make a great point. It is technically pack racing, because once that first restart lap is done, like we mentioned, race fans, they can go full out on that restart opening lap or the opening lap of the start of the race, because they're starting at a caution pace. After that, Kate mentioned it, it's pack racing. You get side by side, 2-3 rows at the front of the field. Nobody wants to speed, so you're together for almost the entire race and taking chances later on in the race to grab an edge and maybe get the win at the end. But other than that, you're all together. White flag on the speedway here. It's going to be Orr on the inside of Morris. And then it's Stewart and Blumendahl in row number 2. Once again, congratulations to Jordan Morris and his wife. Looking for August 21st, he had a baby girl, Bristol Elizabeth Morris. So congratulations to Jordan and his wife, Cassie. Green flag. And we're racing again with the V8 stocks. Orr on the inside, Morris on the outside, Stewart and Blumendahl, row number 2, Patrick and Taggart, row number 3, and Sterrett is off the pace in the silver 1. And Len Sterrett's going to come in. That's a breakout. That's Derek. I believe that's Derek Clark, not Sterrett. My apologies. Did he do the break? Did he break out before we went caution? Is that why he had to stop then, Kate?
Yeah, so he never did his stop and go penalty. So when we went back green, he had to serve his stop and go penalty from lap 6.
Okay, thank you so much. Morris with the lead now out of turn number 4. Jordan Morris. And he'll lead the field into turn 1. Up the hill in 2 and down the back. Orr in second. Blumendahl side by side with Stewart for 3rd.
Barry Watson with the breakout.
And Watson again, the points leader, who gets penalized. And he'll stop right away. And he'll drop to the back of the field. He's going to lose a ton of points here if he stays back there, that's for sure. 4-car battle, 3 cars in the truck. My apologies again at the front of this field. And Mike Howard up there as well in that black 3. There you see the 3. Caden Patrick in the 86 there as well. As the pack comes out of turn number 4. Everybody good there?
Except for Randy Martin. Randy Martin broke out with a 21.069.
And Randy Martin will stop right away. He's got to stop, and he stops as best as he could. And now they're trying to stop right when they get notified. Oh, we got a car around in turn number 2 on the apron. That's Clutterbuck again. And caution on the speedway. There you see the 52 of Martin just served the stop and go. And now the 91 of Clutterbuck. Another caution in this V8 stock feature.
So that's kind of good news for Andy Martin because he did serve a stop and go. So I'm assuming that they are going to say that, yes, he's served it as the caution came out after he started to go again.
I noticed the last 2 stop and goes, one to Martin and one to the second one to Watson. They stopped right away as soon as they notified it. Usually we see them do another lap and a half and then do a stop and go. They want to get it out of the way right away.
Yeah, and maybe getting it out of the way is the key, and that is their game plan ahead of time is to serve them as soon as possible in case a caution does come out, because then you're rejoining the field and you're already up to speed with them again. You're back to that pack racing.
Right.
So the 73 of Morris will be the leader as Lucas Orr did not complete the pass before the caution was thrown. But we've got 12 laps in the books, 13 to go. And this has already been very entertaining.
Absolutely. Blumendahl running 3rd, Stewart 4th, Howard 5th. Yeah, then it's Patrick, Taggart, Martin, Steve Book, Darren Wright, and the 5 is up a few spots, Jay Dewar, after getting penalized twice.
So the 1 is also experiencing issues. He's there on the front stretch.
That's Derek Clark, if I'm not mistaken, in the 1. Yes, it is. Yeah, he had issues on our last restart as well. Looks like we're going to go white this time by, with 13 laps to go in the V8 stock feature. Just totally impressed by the car count here tonight for the V8 stocks. 19 took the green flag. And look at the white this time. Orr will choose the inside row. Morris on the Morris will choose the outside row. Morris was the leader. Orr to the inside. Stewart and Blumendahl row number 2. Howard and Patrick row 3. Quite chilly. First time in a while we've experienced a chilly night here at the half mile. It's chilly right now. Means a fast track, grippy track. So watch them again, race fans. They're going to go full out here on this restart opening lap. Get as many spots as they possibly can. And Morris will bring them out of turn 4. Looking at the flag stand. And green flag, we're running again with the V8 stocks. Good start by Morris. Or to the inside. Blumendahl all over the 95. There's the blue deuce and Doug Stewart on the outside. And they'll go full out. Steve Book 3 wide back in the middle of the field. Trying to get to the inside of Taggart. There's Howard looking to the inside. That black number 3. Morris will lead the opening lap. Here comes Doug Stewart on the outside. And can't go anywhere. The front 4, bumper to bumper. And the field will roar down the back another time. Blumendahl checked up. Howard almost got into the back of that 0-1 truck. We'll check times at the line. And thumbs up from Kate. Everybody good to go with 11 to go. Now Howard's joined that front foursome. It's an even 5 now at the front of this field. Patrick leads a stack of cars for 6th. Steve Book trying to come to the front. And there they go, side by side, out of turn 2 and down the back another time. Stewart up to 3rd, Blumendahl 4th, Howard 5th. Patrick under siege by Steve Book for 6th. The points leader, Martin at the back of the field. That's Barry Watson, way at the back. It's a tougher division to win the championship when you have more cars in play, right? You speed, you go to the back of the field. And you got a ton more traffic to work through.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic to go through tonight, but also you don't want to break out. And everybody seems to be going nice and fast, so that makes it very hard for the points leader to get his way back through the field.
Working another lap here, 8 to go here in the V8 stock feature. It's Orr to the inside. Morris on the outside.
Breakout to the one of Derek Clark.
So Derek Clark will have to do a stop and go next time by. He can't right now. He's on the outside groove in traffic. Side by side for the lead at the line. Orr to the inside. Morris outside. The blue deuce and Doug Stewart's right there. Then it's Blumendahl in the truck, Howard in the 3, and Steve Book has almost bridged that gap from the battle for 7th up to the battle for the lead. There's the stop and go of Derek Clark in that one machine. Leaders dive into turn 1 another time. 7 to go. My apologies, 6 to go. And they'll stay side by side. As Stewart, Blumendahl, Howard still there as well. There you see the black, orange, and white cars, Steve Book. Morris will lead that lap. 5 to go for the leaders here. V8 stock feature from Delaware Speedway. And they'll fly down the back another time. Out of turn 4, Orr on the inside, Morris on the outside.
The one of Derek Clark keeps trying to catch this pack, but keeps breaking out in the meantime. We'll have to serve another stop and go.
Less than 4 laps to go. What if I told you at the start of the year that the division with the second most car count behind the bone stocks would have been the V8s?
We've watched this division grow over the last couple of years, so I don't think I would have been overly surprised. There's lots of cars sitting out there with V8 motors that need a division to run in, and what better way to do it than here at Delaware Speedway.
Side by side for the lead. It's a parade lap under green flag conditions. It's Orr on the inside, Morris on the high side. 2 to go. Somebody's got to make a move soon, and someone broke out.
Barry Watson with a breakout.
That's 3 times for the points leader, and he can't stop right now. He's on the outside right now in the backstretch. The points
62
leader
also broke out that time by. Sorry, Chris.
That's okay. That's Darren Wright. White flag this time by. And Barry Watson is going to lose a ton of points. He's got to stop and go this time by. Who's going to make the first move and risk breaking out? Is it going to be Orr in the 95 or Morris in the 73? And Watson will not stop and go. Barry Watson will be pushed to the back. Final results. Here they come out of turn 4. Morris will lead at the line. And Morris is good. A 21.179 for the new daddy in the 73 of Jordan Morris will win the V8 stock feature. Replay.
Yeah, so at the line, both cars pushing it on that last lap, but Morris was just able to take it at the line. Look how close that is.
Oh, that is really close. My goodness, great job by our camera crew as always. Barry Watson, the points leader, did not stop and go on that last lap. He got nailed 3 times for speeding. He's going to lose a ton of points tonight. He came in it tonight. What's that? 8 points ahead of Jordan Morris for the points lead. Morris wins the feature. Barry Watson finished at the back of the field. I'm pretty sure we got a new points leader unofficially.
As long as everything passes tech, we'll have a new points leader.
Wow, that's unbelievable how that breakout rule has just flipped this division upside down over the last 2 years. That's unbelievable. There's Jordan getting set, taking a nice drink of water here on a cool night, getting set to climb out of the 73. We'll take you down momentarily with Jordan Maudsley, who's going to conduct the interview, if I'm not mistaken. Out of the car, Jordan Morris, your V8 stock feature racer, and let's go trackside.
Jordan, a little extra cash for tonight and retaking the point lead here. Good time to find victory lane.
That's honestly pretty good. That was our whole goal. I mean, if we're in the lead now, great. Now I got to keep it going, I guess.
How do you keep it up for the rest of the season?
Not break out. I don't know what else there is to it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens the rest of the year and go from there.
Strategic genius down here. Who do you want to thank for tonight?
Dockstader Property Maintenance for putting up the extra money. It's Lawrence night. All the fans for coming out. We got Old South Pub, CHS Mechanical. We got Waltz Towing, Jap Branding. Ace Auto Parts, Tush Real Estate, Castrol, and Floor Vision, and Lawn Man's up in the corner. I saw his bright shirt up there. I think that's everybody, all these guys back here.
A great run from Jordan Morris, wins another one.
Jordan Morris, your V8 stock feature race winner. When we come back, we'll go racing with the Bone Stocks. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, and you can show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online anytime, DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now, represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Delaware offering free shipping on all orders over the Labor Day long weekend. We welcome you back on this Friday of our Labor Day long weekend. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down at trackside getting set. There you see them. The Bone Stocks getting set for a 25-lap feature. And on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night, we have a Lawrence on the pole. It'll be Joe Lawrence in that red, white, and yellow 28 on the inside of row number 1, Rockwood on the outside in that yellow 97, Roberts and Jenner row number 2, Starrett and Prue row number 3. Where are the points battles? Well, they're mid-pack. Verhoeven will start right inside of the points leader, Donovan Clark. Matt Langford will start right in the next row on the high side. So going to be interesting stuff. And let's not leave out Colin Wilms coming into tonight in 4th in the points after a big setback a couple of weeks ago. He starts in row number 6, 2 rows ahead of Verhoeven and company.
Yeah, it should be a great bone stock race. I'm interested to see some of these. The 2 guys who definitely came in leading the points tonight, I'm wondering how they're going to fare out. They've got a lot of track to move through. Verhoeven's had a strong car all season. Sterling Roberts had a great run in the heat race as well. But Joe Lawrence starting out front, I think it's going to be in contention. But you've got Lawrence, Rockwood, and Sterling Roberts, front 3. And they had an unreal heat race. So I think if they get a good jump and we go without any hiccups or cautions, it could be trouble for these guys that are mid-pack to catch them.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
It's such a big field.
Yeah, and there's lots of cars in between the points leaders and the front of the field. Paul Fothergill's going to start outside row number 5. He's 5th in the points. He took a huge, 50-point deficit, penalization. So he's got some work to do. Coming around to 1 to go, I believe. Yep, white flag going to wave this time by. Lawrence and Rockwood, row number 1. Roberts, Jenner, row number 2. Starrett and Prue, row number 3. And it's Kicks, and Hughes, row number 4. Wollaston and Fothergill, row number 5. What a field. Love it.
23 is Wally Wilson.
Bone Stocks getting set to do battle on this Friday night. Don't forget, we are not on the air from Delaware next week. It's our first preseason London Knights game. They'll host the Erie Otters at Canada Life Place, 7 o'clock next Friday night. We will wrap up our Delaware Speedway racing season of 2 weeks from tonight.
7 is Thomas Jeremy in the 92H.
Pace car down on pit road. Here comes Lawrence. He'll bring the field. Bone stock feature race set to do battle. Green flag. We're racing for 25 laps. Field will sort himself out as best as they can. Out of turn 2, Lawrence will grab the lead. Here comes Roberts trying to get to the inside of Rockwood up front. General 4th, Starrett in 5th. The front 5 already gotten away a little bit. And the leaders will come out of turn number 4, and Joe Lawrence will lead lap number 1. Field will work his turns at 1 and 2. Rockwood really loose at turn number 2. Will leave a spot open. Roberts will take it. Here comes Starrett to the inside of Genereux in that 25. Starrett looking for the 4th spot. Hughes is dropping back into 51. Losing a ton of spots on the inside.
There's cars here, there, and everywhere. They're 3-4 wide at times. Everybody's just trying to sort themselves out on this first couple laps.
The points battle, mid-pack still. First one is Verhoeven in the 10th now. Roberts in tow of the 28 of Joe Lawrence. Trying to lead flag to flag is that 28 machine. Rockwood in 3rd all by himself. Then it's Genereux, Starrett, and Fothergill, your top 6. Kicks, Verburn, Verhoeven. Your points leader, Donovan Clark, right there. And then Colin Wilms after that, and Will Quarry after that. Langford marked back in traffic. Leaders will dive into turn 1. Up the hill in turn 2. Oh, problems! Lawrence is right down, tire down maybe. He's really off the pace. That might be a tire going down. He went straight up the track, and Roberts went through to the lead, and Lawrence can't get down anywhere. He's going to stop and going to bring out the caution.
I'm thinking something's broke in the steering. Okay. He wasn't able to corner to come down the track a whole lot. It had to stay high. So I'm wondering if that's been the issue. Here's the replay here. So he goes into the corner.
So it looks like Joe Lawrence is going to make it.
Yeah, and then he almost heads directly towards the wall. So I'm wondering if it's something in the front end, in a steering component. Flat tires on the left side, or on the right side, on the outside, so that would have made a difference too, but...
Are we thinking that it's more than just a tire? Because I thought it might have been just a tire going down.
Just the way it bobbled, I'm interested to see if they just throw a new tire on and he goes back out and he's able to corner again.
And he couldn't get down to get to pit road because there was nothing but traffic. He was stuck on the outside. Going to do a tire change here on the 28 of Joe Lawrence. They got to gather the field up. The field is spread all the way around the half mile here.
Right now, Ron, you're looking to be in good shape.
Tire changes take just a little bit longer than you see on TV south of the border, especially in the bone stocks, right? Under caution here, bone stocks 4 laps in from this 25-lap feature. Well, Joe's not going anywhere, so it might be just a tire here, Kate. He's ready to go inside the cockpit.
Yeah, hoping that everything hangs tight. I didn't see any contact, so whether that tire was going down before he went out would be... Yeah, it looks like everything's turning fine. Probably just that tire. Just the way that he went up into turn 3, I was wondering if something else went wrong. But he was able to get that car safely, and he's got a lot of work to do to get to the front of this pack. That's a tough break for the 28 of Joe Lawrence.
Absolutely.
He's got 21 laps.
Well, he doesn't use the left rear tire anyway. and he's got a brand new tire on the right front, so he should corner very well. Green flag with the bone stocks.
Well, maybe it would have been better if that's the one that went down.
And he immediately went to the outside, and he's flying. He's grabbed 4 spots by turn number 1, but he's got a ton of work to do. And a ton, and I mean a ton of traffic ahead. Roberts will lead the field through turns 3 and 4. Rockwood in second, then it's Genereux. Fothergill up to 4th, for Byrne up to 5th.
I expect that vehicle's going to go inside, outside, whatever lane. It looks like it's a passing lane Joe Lawrence is about to use on this track.
Yeah, Joe Lawrence is a hot knife through a bone stock piece of spread of butter and just moving through traffic. He's passed 7 cars already and make that 9 into turn number 3. But still, the farther you get up front, the tougher the passes are going to be. We'll go down right side with Joe Lawrence in that 28. Up top left for your leaders. Rockwood looking for the lead out of turn number 2. And Lawrence just passing cars at will right now. But he's into a tough bunch of cars now, about 8 of them just ahead. Side by side for the lead out of turn 4, top left box. Roberts will hold the lead. Genereux in 3rd. For Byrne to the inside of Fothergill for 4th. And caution turn 4. We got cars involved. Bochelle in the 333. Jeremy in the black 7. Look out! He's right in the middle of everything. Everybody's got to go high here. Nobody knows yet. We're still green. And Bochelle gets to the apron. My goodness. I can't believe we stayed green there. That could have been a huge wreck as Bochelle was crawling down the turn and the traffic was coming.
Yeah, that could have got real scary real quick. I'm sure the leaders were holding on to their seatbelts.
Caution now. Bochelle's on the apron and can't move. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how close that was. The leaders were coming, and Liam was still in that preferred groove in between turns 3 and 4. Replay.
So here's the wreck here. He just goes around sideways. The 8 of Thomas Jeremy just misses him, but then starts coming back down the track, and you're going to start to see the leaders come right here.
Oh,
and everybody's just dodging the 333.
Oh my goodness. That's unbelievable. Wow.
I was holding my breath.
Yeah. I wanted to, but I was talking. 18
well,
laps
I'm glad
to go.
one of us continued to talk, because I was not.
Bone stock feature, 18 to go here. And Bochelle is at the start-finish. I think he's going to wait till the back of the field, and then going to get back in there. He'll fall in line behind Sarah Lawrence in the 22. So it's Roberts, Rockwood, Genereux, your top 3. Then it's for Byrne and Fothergill, your top 5. Charlie Verhoeven's up to 6th. Colin Wilms, 7th, the former points leader. The current points leader, Donovan Clark, in 8th. Then it's Quarry, Starrett, Hutchinson, Rawlings, Kicks, and then Matt Langford. So Langford right now outside the top 10 in 14th position right now. And unofficially, right now, Donovan Clark has the points lead to himself just based on track position. Clark runs in the 8th position, Langford in the 14th position. This is such a good field, though. Such a good field. Lots of great drivers in this division.
Yeah, this division's taken on its own here at Delaware. We always have so many cars out throughout the night. We're normally around 40 to 50 cars every single week, which is just a great division. It's also very interesting to watch the cars go here, there, and everywhere. So.
And you have to usually double up a field coming out of turn 2. You got to double up the bone stocks before the start-finish line for the next lap because it takes so long for the field to come around and get set. So the field's in turn 2 right now, the front of the field, and there's still cars coming around the front stretch to try and get doubled up. It'll be Roberts on the inside, Rockwood on his outside, then Genereux and Verburn, Fothergill, Verhoeven, Wilms and Clark, Quarry and Starrett. That's your top 10. And we're going to wait. Actually, we're going to do white flag this time by. Still to come, the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race Superstock 50 lapper. White flag being displayed now.
Roberts and Rockwood on the front row.
And this field ready to get re-engaged at speed on this beautiful but chilly Friday night to open up your Labor Day long weekend. Any other plans for the long weekend with the family?
Tomorrow we've got a birthday party. My daughter's friend is turning 5.
Nice, okay.
So a
Big
5-year-old birthday party.
BYOJ, bring your own juice.
Maybe for them. It's walking distance. But I do have some junior B hockey tomorrow, so maybe it will be bring your own juice for mom too.
Roberts will bring him out of turn number 4. 18 laps to go here. Bone stock feature here on Rogers TV. Green flag, we're racing with the bone stocks, and Roberts with a really good jump there will lead the field into turn number 1. Rockwood will fall in line. Generu in tow. Denver Burn on the outside. Fothergill and Verhoeven side by side. Behind them, it's Wilms and Clark side by side. But it's Roberts out front, fresh off a season-long suspension that was revoked at the front of the field in the 15. Sterling Roberts, what a story that would be, Kate. Rockwood in second, Generu to third. The front 3 are single file, then it's side by side, Fothergill and Verburn. And then Verhoeven's gotten by both Clark and Wilms. And now Verhoeven to the inside of Verburn. Looking for the 5th spot. Charlie Verhoeven trying to come from mid-pack to the front of the field. A winner of 3 features in a row at one point during the season. Matt Langford still struggling. Langford outside the top 10 and 12th spot right now, has only gained 2 positions since the restart. He came into tonight tied for the points lead. Same with the V8 stocks. Kate, you get a lot of cars in your division. It's tougher to pass cars, tougher to gain points.
Yeah, and that's why the consistency is so key with the bone stocks, and having those solid finishes every single week. They don't always have to be wins to win a championship. In divisions that have so many cars and so many good cars that could finish near the front every single week.
Front 2 have broken away now. Roberts and Rockwood. Rockwood almost pushed the 15 in the corner. Father goes up to 3rd. Verhoeven's up to 4th. Then it's Generu, Verburn, Wilms, Clark, and Quarry. The front 9 have split themselves away. Because Fothergill's really in that front too, so it's a group of 9 up front, and probably about a half a straightaway lead to Mitch Rawlings in the 10th spot, leading a pack of 4 cars, including Matt Langford. Roberts goes really high. Rockwood looks to the inside. They got to go to the high side of Sarah Lawrence in the 22. And the leaders will. Roberts, Rockwood, Fothergill, Verhoeven, Verburn, your top 5. Wilms, Clark, Quarry, and Generu. The rest of that pack of 9 up front. Rockwood right in on that 15 deck lid into turn number 1. And Rockwood to the inside now for the lead. Rockwood in the 97, Roberts in the 15. They have the 96D, sorry, the 92D, they're coming up on to try and pass. That's, or 92H, my apologies, Ryan Houston. We remember Ryan, don't we?
Yes, and it looks like Rockwood loses the position there. And yes, the 92 is that Pikachu loud exhaust machine.
Absolutely. Verhoeven now to the inside of Fothergill. Hello, Charlie. Welcome back to the front of the field. And the 8 is coming to the front. Up to the 3rd spot now. Side by side for the lead. 9 to go. That time by. Matt Langford up to 11th, but he's running all by himself. And Charlie Verhoeven wants to go here. And he got checked up, allowing Fothergill with some momentum on the outside. Verhoeven has the preferred groove. Side by side for the lead. Side by side for a 3rd. The front 9 are all right there. Another lap led by the 15 of Roberts. Another back marker car. It's Jeremy in the black number 7. And Roberts will use the 7 as a pick. Verhoeven will try and get to the inside of Fothergill. Next set of traffic is about a half a straightaway ahead of the lead pack here. It's pack racing and bold stocks at Delaware Speedway. Roberts will lead him again to another lap. Rockwood, Verhoeven, Fothergill, Verburn, Clark, Quarry, Wilms, and Genereux. And Verhoeven now to the inside of Rockwood for second spot. Right behind them, there's the 19 of Verburn to the inside of Fothergill for fourth. Charlie Verhoeven, starting just inside the top 20, has worked his way to the front of this field with 6 laps to go. And they're in the traffic. Bochelle about 5 car lengths ahead of Roberts. Charlie Verhoeven, a driver possessed here on a Friday night, trying to get to the lead. And they've pushed away. Verburn's up to third. Good run by the 19 of Verburn. The points leader, Donovan Clark, now to the inside of Rockwood, being pushed by Fothergill into the corner. Non-stop action here late in this bone stock feature. Roberts, Verhoeven and Verburn, top 3. Just off your picture, right side. There's Clark. See the white nose of that Sunfire? Points leader to the inside of Rockwood for fourth. Verhoeven will go to the inside for the lead. Verhoeven on the inside, Roberts to the outside, and Charlie Verhoeven from just inside the top 20 rockets to the front at Delaware. Less than 4 laps to go. Verhoeven, winner of 3 in a row earlier on in the season. Trying to get another one tonight. Out of turn 4. They don't have spotters, but he'd love to hear the spotters say you have the lead and going away.
Definitely would, and he's very lucky that Joe Lawrence had the penalty that he did with his tire, right? He got pushed to the back, had to start at the back and work his way through, but Joe Lawrence is already back up to 11th position and working on 10th.
Yes, what a run by Lawrence. He just got by Langford. And Joe Lawrence says, oh, we got Jeremy. Everybody put the numbers back in the bag because we got a restart coming. As Jeremy causes a caution, high side, turn number 2. And Joe Lawrence isn't out of it yet.
Yeah, Joe Lawrence is still going to be going strong here.
This is so much fun.
Worked
These guys are so much fun.
Up to 11th for this restart.
Oh my goodness, what a race to this point with 3 to go, and there's your leader, the 8 of Charlie Verhoeven. What a run. Roberts second, Verburn third. Donovan Clark, your points leader, in fourth, and Quarry, what a run by Will Quarry, running out the top 5 right now. This is going to be a whale of a finish. They got to sort out. It's a good thing that the live timing and scoring is working tonight, because this would be a mess trying to do this by hand, trying to see where everybody goes on the restart.
Yeah, that would not be a fun situation for tonight. So glad Race Monitor would like to work today. And it would have been even worse to try and hand score
I don't want to think about
a breakout time.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're right. Rockwood in 6th, and it's Fothergill, Wilms, Genereux, and Mitch Rawlings running out your top 10. Good run by Mitchell in that 69 machine. And who's after Mitch Rawlings? The 28 of Joe Lawrence, with 3 laps to go. He's come from the back to 11th. And there's a lot of cars out here.
He is also the fastest on track. He is the fastest lap time on track, but sitting back in the field due to a tire, and has slowly been ticking cars away lap after lap. He's only got 3 laps to go. Can he go from 11th to 1st in 3 laps? I don't know. But if it was going to be possible, it'd be a Joe Lawrence in a bone stock.
If he goes from 11th to 1st in 3 laps, it'd be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen here at Delaware Speedway, I'll tell you that. No matter what the division. It'll be Verhoeven and Roberts in your front row, Verburn and Clark. So good to run by Donovan Clark, the points leader, up to 4th now. Rockwood and Quarry in row number 3. Fothergill, Wilms, row number 4. Genereux, Rawlings, row number 5. Lawrence and Matt Langford in row number 6. Langford still in that 12th spot. So they're doubling them up here. No white flag just yet. Lights still on the pace car and around the track, yellow. Still to come, Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, Superstock 50 lapper.
4-point gap coming into tonight. Third time.
What a run by Charlie Verhoeven for sure. And Donovan Clark. They were both started, I think, side by side, and Langford started right behind him when we first started this feature. So Clark has followed Verhoeven all the way to the front of this field, weaving their way through traffic. White flag being displayed this time by. Here comes the field. Pick your favorite driver. Here's Langford in the 03. Gary Triska there. There was Howard. Sarah Lawrence in the 22. Here we go. We'll set the table. 3 laps to go here. Verhoeven, Roberts, front row. Verburn, Clark, row number 2. Rockwood, Quarry, row number 3. Fothergill, Wilms, row number 4. And Genereux and Rawlings, row number 5. Lawrence and Langford, row number 6. Here we go. 3 laps to go. Verhoeven will bring him to the line. Hayden in the flag stand, holding him close. Now he gives the green. What a start by Roberts. That was open for Verhoeven, fights back. Roberts had to give it back, I think. He gave that back. He had the lead, and I think he had to give it back. Side by side for the lead out of 2 and down the back. They'll drag race. Donovan Clark, there's the nose of the Clark machine, the 52. Into 3rd spot now. Don't leave out the points leader. Roberts fighting for the lead on Verhoeven, and Roberts will grab the lead. 2 to go this time by. Verburn in 4th, Corey in 5th. What's Verhoeven have for Roberts? Verhoeven got better as the run got longer. That's the key. Caution on the speedway. The 78 at Culver, high in turn number 1. And we'll stay green. No caution. My apologies. We'll stay green. White flag this time by. Roberts, fresh off a suspension. He was supposed to be done for the year. They reviewed it, and he's back racing, and he leads with 1 lap to go. And Clark trying to get to the inside of Verhoeven for 2nd. Half a lap to go. Roberts out front by 3 car lengths. Culver on the apron. Here come the leaders out of turns 3 and 4. What a return for Sterling Roberts. He'll win it at Delaware Speedway. Verhoeven will finish 2nd, followed by Clark, Verburn, and Will Quarry with a great run for Will, the top 5. Then it's Fothergill, Rockwood, Wilms, Lawrence. Here's the replay of the 78, Kate.
Yeah, so the 78. Oh, that is definitely front end broken. You saw the tire pointing in. It's not turning, so something went array on the 78 machine there.
So it was Fothergill, Rockwood, Wilms. Joe Lawrence passed 2 cars on the restart, finished 9th. Adam Genereux running out the top 10. Your top 15, Mitch Rawlings, Matt Langford finishes 12th. Len Starrett, Mark Hutchinson, Joe Kicks at your top 15. Then Nathan Rhea, Conrad Julian, Gary Triska, Cody Wilds, Mark McDonald, Chris Lawrence, Cassie Howard, Mark Lamont, Bradley Marchand, Chad Prue, Tom Hughes, Rob Wollaston, Shane Dixon, John Clausen, Wally Wilson, Ryan Houston, Justin Culver, Moshel, Sarah Lawrence, Jeremy, and Oudman, and we'll take you down trackside.
Sterling,
so
an excellent,
28th place, Shane Dixon, $100.
An excellent run there. Way to take it home in that last restart. Take me through your evening.
Oh, man, that was quite the race with Charlie Verhoeven there. That restart, we got it dialed in there. The restart, yeah, it was just great. Great racing all around.
What does this mean to you here late in the season?
Well, we're just going to be out here for the last 2 races now, just keeping going.
And who do you want to thank down here?
I got to thank Tirecraft, Tubby's, North Pole Trim, Ingersoll Automotive, BSG Tune, Ingersoll Rental, WSC Imaging, and my girlfriend Brianna, and my mom and my dad for always coming out and supporting.
Sterling Roberts with a great late race restart brings it home.
Sterling
here.
Roberts, your Bone Stock feature race. We will see the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race up next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Good evening, Chris Soares, Kate Friel. Top of the tower, getting set for the Super Stock 50-lap feature, the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. Now, they added some bonuses. Kate's been documenting that. Looks like $2,200 extra they're going to be added to, depending where you finish, because obviously Dave Lawrence ran the 28 car, Kate. So lap 28 leader, $300. Position number two
Yep.
at lap 28, $100. Position number 8, get it, 2 and 8.
Yep.
At lap 28, $100. First lapped car gets $100. Position 2 at the end of the race, and position 8 at the end of the race get get $100 each. So lots of extra incentive here for the Superstocks.
And then top 5 also gets added to their purse as well.
Right.
So $500 to first, second's getting $400 added to the purse already. Third, $250. Fourth, $125, and fifth, another $100. So there's lots of money up from grabs. So let's see what these drivers do, whether or not they're going to sit back and wait a little bit, or if they're just going to try and get to that front as soon as possible and hold it. So this could be a very interesting race from that standpoint, that there's all this extra money up for grabs. But it's mostly about representing Dave Lawrence and how he ran. He was great for this track. He was a friendly competitor, but he was also there to help others. So that's the memory that they want to continue to have go with his legacy.
We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. On track right now, the Superstocks coming to the front stretch for the call to command. They'll cut off the engines, call to command. We are going to have a moment of silence here in memory of Dave Lawrence, who once ran the 28 here. We lost him quite a few years ago now. Son Chris Lawrence in the flag stand. Going to be the honorary starter, if I'm not mistaken. Son Joe Lawrence in the 28. There's Chris in the flag stand. And the Lawrence extended family, immediate and extended family, in Victory Lane on the track right now. So some festivities here before the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, 50-lapper for the Super Stocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring you the starting field for tonight.
So they're going to go through the starting field here. Why don't you want to take us through the starting field, Kate? Or would you like me to do that?
Oh, no, we can go ahead and do that. So starting at the back of the pack will be the 5 of Chuck Menzie. The 15 is Mike Herniak Jr. The 4D is Brendan Edgar. 71 is Connor Versteetzel. The 36 is Lane Zardo. The 28, the blue, white, red, and black 28 will be Joe Lawrence. And then we have the 36 is Hudson Nagy. The 1 is Trevor Culver. The 07 is Nick Ramsey. 77, Darrell Lake. The 83 is Brody Rickwood. The 93 is Carson Nagy. 00, Jay Cox. The 28 of Ryan Dyson. And then the 57 of Orr. And then we've got the 7 of Pete Vanderwerst Jr.
That's your starting field, as track announcers here are going through the field as well for the spectators in attendance. When we come back, more to come from Delaware Speedway. It's Delaware Speedway Racing, Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hey London, did you know it's the law to have working smoke alarms?
That's right, working smoke alarms save lives. Get in on the action and test yours today.
And be sure to stay in touch with us by following us on social media.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 Superstock at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube series right here on Rogers TV.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving.
You just don't go down as low.
No.
We want you to cross your body, though, and do a slight bend.
Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Just wrapping up driver introductions. For the Dave Lawrence Memorial Night here at the Speedway in Delaware, Ontario, we have son Chris Lawrence in the flag stand. Son Joe Lawrence is going to be running the race in the 28. And we have the Lawrence family getting set to bring these cars to roar with the call to command. But first, we are going to be leading into a moment of silence here in memory of number 28, Dave Lawrence, who we lost quite a few years ago here, and was a well-known racer and well-versed in the racing circle here at Delaware Speedway and the surrounding area. So that's what's going on right now here at trackside. There you see a beautiful shot of the starting field and a moment of silence.
We miss a lot of people, part of the racing family. We'll throw it down to trackside with Jordan. You've got some helpers down there here tonight. You've got the Strasbourg.
All right, so they're just going to do some announcements down. Let's go to the PA.
To help us out, and we've also got some of the McCall's people, everybody ready to go down here. You guys know what you got to say? Okay, you ready? Everybody at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Start your engine!
And the Super Stocks come to life here at Delaware Speedway for the 2025 Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. It'll be Pete Vanderwerst Jr. leading him to green. The points leader, Trevor Culver, will start inside row number 5. The key word there Kate Friel is inside.
Yes, inside. His favorite spot to start and his favorite place to be when passing other vehicles is on the inside.
So double the amount of laps here, Kate, for the Super Stocks. They're running 50. What's the plan here if you're a driver? Are you saving tires? Are you going full out? Are you trying to get positions early? Are you pacing yourself? What are you doing?
Every driver's going to have a different strategy that they've already decided what they're going to do. I think I'm sitting pretty and making sure I'm staying out of trouble for the first 25, and then let's turn it on. But then there's also those other bonuses. If you're leading at lap 25, you're getting an extra bonus of $300.
28.
Sorry, 28. So once you get past that 25, though, are you turning it on then, or do you want to be there by lap 28 in order to make those extra bonuses at position 2, position 8? So those are all just things that you've got to keep in mind, because you don't want to let the leaders get too far away either. But you've also got to save your stuff for the end. It's 50 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. 50 laps for the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. As the track is cleared, Chris Lawrence will remain in the flag stand with Hayden and will be the honorary starter. Joe Lawrence is going to start in row number 6 inside. 2 28s on the track. Obviously, the 28 of Ryan Dyson will start inside row number 2. And we're just waiting for the command to the pace car to roll the field out.
Yeah, it looked like our pace car driver, Gary Adrianson, was walking through to make sure everybody was started and ready to go. So I had to get back into the pace car and get everything going there as well. You can see the 36 of Lane Zardo. That's a great shot from our speed cam.
Love it.
But if you look beside him, there's the 28 of Joe Lawrence as well, running this event in honor of his father.
16 Super Stocks set to take the green here. And we may have an issue with the pace car, as the safety crew just pulled up beside the pace car for some reason, obviously.
It is confirmed we are having an issue with the pace car.
Such a beautiful looking car too. Love that paint scheme. So now it looks like the car has been completely shut off. Now they're back on. Interesting. So the field's ready to go, but not the pace car. Set for 50 laps here. Oh, they're shutting the Super Stocks down here. So not sure what's going on. So we have a delay here due to the pace vehicle, as the field's been asked to turn their engines off as we sort this out at the front of this field.
Maybe the backup plan will be they'll use a side-by-side. I could get down for that. That'd be pretty interesting.
It would, actually. Well, the safety truck has lights all over it too. They could use that technically. And here comes the tow truck. I'm pretty sure we're going to have fans in turn 1 take some shots of this, as the pace car is going to be on the business end of the tow truck potentially. Wow, what a development here.
Out of all the vehicles that I thought would leave this race first, it was not going to be the pace car.
Is there a monetary prize for first car out? No, there's not.
Well, if they go around it and come back one more time before they get it off the track, does it count as the first lapped car?
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. We're not gonna put the pace car on the tow truck, are we here? This is an interesting development. I wonder what ignition problems, maybe electrical problems.
Gary Adrianson has unplugged it back in, and it sounds like it's working now.
So they're saying that he unplugged it and plugged it back in, and it sounds like it might be working now. Oh, did he shut it down again? Well, we've seen almost everything here tonight. Oh my goodness, they're going to put it on the back end of the tow truck, I think, here. Oh, it might be the battery here. The pace car going on the business end of the tow truck here at a racetrack. Isn't that something? We've seen some weird stuff this season, Kate Frail. If I was Gary, I'd stay right in that car and not get out. All right, so what are we going to use for a pace car? How about the safety truck? What else do we got out there? Any ideas, Kate? Well, you
I
said
think
side
he's going
by
to
side.
get a bone stock.
A bone stock? We should have the 28 bone stock then do it. That'd be something.
Oh, but I think there's probably a backup here.
A backup pace
Well,
car?
I see him running, so he's got to be going somewhere. They'll get something else going. We just got to tow off the pace car first.
This is high drama viewership here right now. The pace car at a racetrack is in trouble. It's going to get towed away here. So we're figuring out what's the backup vehicle going to be. So you saw Gary running, or Gary's still with the pace car?
No, I saw Gary running, and now I see lights on a vehicle that is now moving beside the trailers. Do you see it over there, Chris?
I do.
Yep.
And is that it? Well, yeah, that's him.
There we go.
That's not a Delaware Speedway truck, I can tell you that.
It's probably his work truck, so.
Yeah, I would think so.
But it's okay. We have a vehicle, we have lights. It will set the pace. It's got our pace car driver. Crisis averted. We just got to get this one off the track.
That's just a shame seeing the 43 on the back end of a tow truck. We'll see. Here's the new pace truck, ready to take over. So we wondering, maybe running the heat in the pace car maybe hurt it. We had a viewer just text us because it's cold. Maybe, I don't know. All I know is our viewers are on the edge of their seat to see what happens to this pace car.
I think it's pretty clear that it is going to get towed away, and we are going to use the other work truck.
That reminds
and
me.
We're going to go racing.
That reminds me. I don't know, 3-4 years ago, I saw in my town of Strathroy, I saw a Tim Hortons truck being towed. Took a nice snapshot of it, posted it. We're in trouble with no coffee.
Let's just hope that Gary's not in trouble for using his work truck as the pace vehicle.
Yeah. Well, how's he going to know? It's not like we're on TV. I'm sure it's fine. We got everything out there, a tow truck, a pace car that doesn't work. We got a side-by-side, a work truck, 16 race cars, a safety truck, and what is that, a two-wheeled moped? Or an e-bike? Just off screen there. We got everything down there. And these drivers, Pete Vanderwist and Dyson and Orr up front must be just giggling. And what is going on here?
I actually would rather be in a fire suit in a race car right now that was just fired up waiting to go, because it's probably a lot warmer.
Yeah, I would agree. It's been a great night of racing, that's for sure. Great crowd here on a chilly Friday night. It was a beautiful day. But we're getting just on the cusp of the fall season. Labor Day weekend. School starts next week.
I'm so excited.
I know, moms and dads celebrate all over the world when it's back to school.
I love her dearly, but I think her teacher might love her more.
My niece and nephew have been in school for a month already because they live in LA. So they go back in August, but they're done in May. So they're done a month early. They start a month early. All right. Get your cameras out. The 43 pace car being towed off the track at Delaware Speedway. So we'll fire him back up. And the backup pace vehicle in place. And I think we're set to go racing. Chris Lawrence remains in the flag stand. Will be the honorary starter for this Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, 50 laps. Pete Vanderwist and Ethan Orr will be on the front row. And we are rolling.
We had a truck in the V8s, and now we've got a pace truck.
There you go. There you go. Chris Orr's, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down the track side. We're getting set for the 2025 Dave Lawrence Memorial Race, 50 laps with the Super Stocks. Since we had such a delay, why don't you take us through our running order one more time, Kate?
All right, let's go back through the field. We'll go the opposite way this time. On the pole, we have the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr., followed by the 57 of Ethan Orr, the 28 of Ryan Dyson, 00 of Jay Cox. Starting in the 5th position is the 93 of Carson Nagy. On the outside will be the 83 of Brody Rickwood, the 77 of Darrell Lake, the 07 Nick Ramsey. Hudson Nagy will follow out in the 9th position. Trevor Culver in the 1, the 28X of Joe Lawrence, the 36 of Lane Zardo back near the back of the field, 71 of Connor Van Sietzel, Brendan Edgar, Mike Herniak Jr., and Chuck Menzie round out this field. We're going to double up and get ready to go 50 laps.
But before we do that, the 28 of Joe Lawrence going to the front of the field. It will be a special lap in honor of Dave Lawrence in the 28. And he'll take position at the front of this field. As the field gets sets to come around, led by the 28. It'll be the missing man formation, auto racing style for an entire lap.
Again, just thinking about all the racers we lost over the years here on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night.
And applause comes from the crowd from turn 4 all the way to turn 1. Thoughts with all the drivers and racers that we have lost over the years, the missing man formation. Delaware Speedway style.
So you see Chris Lawrence up in the flag.
Beautiful shot there from our cameras, the 28 leading the field. And once the lap is complete, we'll fall back into formation.
Don't drop it. He's got one of the least straps on. They didn't trust him. They duct taped it to his...
Dave Lawrence Memorial Night here at Delaware Speedway. Thanks for joining us here on Rogers TV. Getting set for the 50-lap feature, the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race.
That would be cool. I don't know what help safety.
Here they come to complete the Memorial Lap. And another round of applause from the attendants here.
So 50 laps
right.
Here tonight.
We are set to go here.
Trevor Culver.
As the front row will be Vanderwist Jr. and Orr. Lawrence now will drop back into his starting position.
It is definitely comfortable.
Younger brother. Older, younger? Younger brother.
Younger's in the
brother
car,
Chris.
older's in the stand.
Right. Older brother's in the flag stand.
This happens with Patrick and I, too.
White flag this time by.
It's only a matter of time, too, Ron.
Getting set.
Before I see the 77 go back to victory lane here at Delaware Speedway. Been a hot moment.
Thank you for joining us for our second last broadcast of the racing season. Knights host the Erie Otters next Friday, 7 o'clock on Rogers TV from Canada Life Place, and then 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back up top the tower here at the half mile to close out our Delaware Speedway racing season on Rogers TV.
Okay. I'm going to say tonight's the 77 snaps that straight and goes back to victory lane.
Knights winners tonight, preseason play over the Sting, 6-5. The battle of the 402.
There you have it.
Here we go. Vanderwist Jr. set to lead the field to green for 50 laps here at the half mile in Delaware. And Chris Lawrence ready with the green flag atop the flag stand. Here they come. Out of turn 4. We're racing with the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. Vanderwist Jr. will lead the field out of turn 2 and down the back. Great start by Dyson in the 28. Behind them, it's Jay Cox and Carson Nagy side by side for 5th. Side by side, front of the field. Here they come. And Orr is going to lead that lap. Vanderwist Jr. up the hill and down the back. Good run by Pete out of turn number 4. Field's starting to split a little bit already. But they're all jammed up. Oh, Lake's around in front of Culver. And Nagy's around. Oh, sorry, that was Ramsey. Caution on the speedway. And Darrell Lake is not a happy man. That rear bumper trailing the 77. Culver got into the back of the 77 hard in turn number 3.
Yeah, interested to see the replay here. Let's go through it. They're going into turn 3. It looks like Culver gets into him, tries to check up. Yeah.
Joe Lawrence had nowhere to go, got in the back of Ramsey as well, Kate.
Yeah, let's take another look here. Let's take a little look ahead of where they are and see if anybody stacked them up there or not.
Still tending to the Ramsey machine in between turns 3 and 4. Here we go again.
All right, watch here. The 93 gets into the back of the 28. Darrell Lake's behind that, so then he stacks up, but the 1 gets that run on the corner of 3 and 4, and then gets into the back of Darrell Lake. So everybody bunches up there, but the 93 checks up into the back of the 28, and it's just a domino effect from there. Unfortunately, Darrell Lake took the brunt of that.
Another look from our tower cam.
So watch the 28 in the white and blue there. The 93 in the orange and white. Starts to check up there. And Darrell Lake checks up, but Culver does not. And then Ramsey, too late to the party to slow down.
Yeah, pretty good shot on the right front of the 072 into the 77. And it looks like the 07 is going to be hooked up here in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, so from the first view, it kind of looks like the 93 gets into the back of the 28, but there was no contact there from the tower. So when we take a fuller view of it all, it looks like the 93 just checks up in the corner, and then everybody just stacks up from there. Watch the orange and white 93 slowing down. The 77 checks up, but the 1 does not. So that domino effect just collects them all. You see that Joe Lawrence is a little bit involved as well. So we will have to see. But the 07's on the hook. Tough break for Nick Ramsey.
Yeah, coming in tonight, 3rd in the points was Nick. So that's going to be a big blow.
And I don't see really any damage so far on the 1 of Trevor Culver. When you look at that front end, it looks okay.
Yeah, Culver running in the 7th spot though, Kate. So he'll start on the outside, a place he doesn't like to be. He'll start on the outside of Brody Rickwood in the 83.
Tough break for 07 of Nick Ramsey.
So sorry, I was starting the inside. My apologies. An odd number on the inside of row number 4.
That we've got bonus money.
So Orr leads, Vanderwist Jr. second, Dyson third, Carson Nagy fourth, and it's Cox, Rickwood, Culver, Hudson Nagy, Lawrence, Zardo, Edgar, Van Steensel, Herniak Jr., and Menzie.
And the 77 of Lake is headed down pit road now and will join the tail end of that field.
Yeah, still 49 laps to go.
But this is what I said. Is this extra money going to be something that makes people go sooner in the race when maybe they would have played it a little bit safer? I don't know. So we'll have to see how much entertainment the Super Stocks are going to provide us tonight.
Ever wonder what the back end of a Super Stock looks like? There you go. As Lake gets the green light to get back onto the track. So lights off the pace truck as we get set to return to green. 1 lap in the books, or we'll bring them to the line. Vanderwist Jr. on the outside, Dyson, Carson Nagy, row number 2. Here we go. Green flag racing at Delaware. They'll roar down the backstretch, or Vanderwist Jr. Carson Nagy immediately finds a spot to get to the lower groove. Here they come in at turn 4. We'll take it below the flag stand. Speed shot on Rogers TV. Love that shot. What a great shot by our crew. As the field works, turns 1 and 2. Another time, Hudson Nagy falling back. Side by side for the lead still. Or on the inside, Vanderwist Jr. on the high side. And Vanderwist Jr. will lead that lap. Culver to the inside of Rickwood. Lawrence in the tow right behind Trevor Culver. And Vanderwist Jr. with the lead into turn number 3. Side-by-side battle for third. Dyson to the inside of Carson Nagy. Jay Cox right behind them. Contact between Culver and Rickwood into turn number 1. And Culver will grab that spot. Now Jay Cox under attack. Needs to stay down low here. They know that Culver likes the inside. And immediately Culver to the inside of Jay Cox now in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, but now he's got 2 cars ahead of him that are side by side. Dyson to the inside of Carson Nagy, just ahead of the one. 50-lap Dave Lawrence Memorial race here at Delaware Speedway, and Vanderwist Jr. is pulling away here.
Vanderwist Jr. definitely doing what he needs to do. Get out front fast and get some lap times in. Keep hitting your marks. Run consistently fast and try and bridge that gap before Culver gets around these guys. Let him play in traffic. We know that Culver's great once he gets into open air, so the sooner that he can get a good jump, the better. Dyson next on Culver's list. Battle for the 4th position. That one car just stays low so long in the corner. Everybody else corner exits high, and Culver's there. Contact with Dyson, and Culver gets through there. Now Dyson under attack from Cox in the 0-0. Culver up to 4th. Vanderwist way out in front. Carson Nagy, replay. Here's the replay here. Culver goes to the inside. Dyson holds a steady line, and Culver just wanted a little bit more room, it looks like, into the door of Dyson. I mean, Dyson may have been trying to keep him down there and pinch off a little bit of speed off of the side of him too, but Dyson definitely had that outside line. Culver to the inside of Orr now, and Culver up to 3rd. And Trevor Culver is coming. He's a half a straightaway behind the leader, Pete Vanderwist Jr., with a ton of time to go. 39 laps still. There's the one at Trevor Culver, your points leader.
Ahead of him, Carson Nagy in the second spot. And ahead of them, Pete Vanderwist Jr. looking very stout tonight. Culver up turn 2 hill and down the back another time. It's Orr in fourth, and then it's Cox, Hudson Nagy, Rickwood, and then Joe Lawrence, who's gotten by Dyson. This will be a tough pass for Culver to get by Carson Nagy. These guys know they got to stay low unless they're going to get passed on the inside by the one every time.
Just the way the one exits turn 4 is so much lower than everybody else, and just the way that he drives in that corner. So that's really where he's picking up a lot of speed and able to capitalize on some of these drivers that have been ahead of him. Just really gets to that inside and makes that groove work for him.
35 to go at the line. Pete Vanderwist Jr., the leader in this 50 lap Dave Lawrence Memorial Race from Delaware Speedway. There's your battle for second. Carson Nagy in the 93. Trevor Culver in the 1. Culver's your points leader.
Everybody else pretty much single file throughout the rest of this field, just taking in lap by lap.
That's exactly what Pete Vanderwist wants. Everybody single file and no caution. And Carson Nagy to keep Culver behind him as long as possible. Still a ton of time to go. 33 laps. Vanderwist Jr. about a straightaway behind the first set of back marker traffic, which is Menzie and Herniak Jr. First car to be lapped will get $100, right?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's the first car on track to be lapped or the first car lapped down. Because if it's the first car lapped down, that'd be the 07 of Ramsey not being able to return to the track yet.
True. Leader out of turn number 4. There you see our turn 4 shot there. 2-car battle for the 3rd spot. 5-car battle for the 4th spot, led by Jay Cox. But it's Pete Vanderwist Jr. There's your battle for 2nd and 3rd. Carson Nagy, Trevor Culver. Culver really hasn't been able to attack Nagy like he has some of the other cars tonight thus far. As the leader is coming up on some traffic here. Herniak Jr. and Menzie. Leaders are about a half a straightaway behind Vanderwist Jr., maybe a little less. Just a little less than a half a straightaway. And Vanderwist Jr. is into some traffic. How quickly can he get through here? Out of turn number 4. There's your battle for 2nd, completing another lap. Vanderwist Jr. quickly by Herniak Jr. and Menzie. Good job by the leader. Now Nagy and Culver have to do the same thing. We got it. Oh, we got a reckon coming out of turn number 2. It's Orr involved with Lawrence. And Lawrence is sparking in turn 3. Orr's on the apron in the backstretch. And here comes Joe Lawrence on pit road. I'll admit I didn't want to see that for the 28.
We're also only 6 laps away from those first set of bonuses at lap 28.
So the crew going to work on a 28. The 57 is rolling. They got to get that right side of the car up so they can get to that right front tire. Not sure if it's just a tire or something else, but there was sparks flying from the undercarriage. Caution on the speedway. 28 laps. Oh my goodness. 28 laps to go.
28 laps to go. What are the odds that that's where we would stop on a caution?
Glad you're with us, Dave.
Yep.
Glad you're with us, Dave. 28 laps to go. Wow, is that something? Vanderwish Jr., your leader. Carson Nagy is second. Culver third. Cox in fourth. Hudson Nagy up to fifth. Good run by Hudson. Orr is back underway and going to rejoin the back of the field. And still going to work in the 28 pit. Three laps away from halfway here in the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. And still, now they're going to work on the underneath the right rear as well of the Lawrence 28 machine.
Well, we definitely saw some sparks happening, so
John, how does it look at the left rear on that 57?
there's definitely something going on. Wonder if like a shock mount was dragging.
The
But
crew
they're
member
wrenching on
just
something.
Yeah, the crew member's wrenching on something, just cranking on something right now. Joe remains in the car, window net up, and the white flag being set. They're going to call for the double up this time by, and we'll see if the 28 can be able to rejoin here.
Yep, they want to drop the car. That's what they're calling for in that pit, is drop the car, because next time by it's going to be one to go.
Before Brendan Edgar also came in for a consultation with the crew and ready to rejoin the field. And the 28 is back underway with Joe Lawrence. And the 28 will rejoin the field, and we're going to get the white flag this time by. Vanderwish Jr., Carson Nagy front row, Culver and Cox in row number 2, Hudson Nagy and Brody Wickwood in row number 3. Here comes Darrell Lake on pit road. We're joining the race as well. Big opportunity here for Culver, because Carson Nagy will start on the high side. Culver's going to want to stay right on that decklet of the 7 here. That lead for Vanderwish Jr. is gone.
Yeah, Vanderwish Jr.'s got to get another good start and just start laying down laps, and they got to be consistent, and they got to hit his marks.
Yeah.
He was able to maintain his separation from the other two for a good amount of time, but their lap times are almost all the same.
If Pete gets a good jump here, Carson might be able to drop down before the 1. Interesting restart coming up here out of turn 4. Turn number 1, they're dead even. Vanderwish Jr. on the inside, Carson Nagy on the outside. Here comes Hudson Nagy, hello! And Culver gets a great run out of a corner 2 exit. Now Culver to the inside of Carson Nagy, preferred line for the 1. Hudson Nagy right underneath the rear bumper of the 1, and that might have helped Carson Nagy grab that second spot.
Pete Vanderwish got a little bit sideways, definitely has a nice loose race car, but definitely needs to hit those marks, because he's got some great drivers behind him.
Vanderwish Jr., Carson Nagy, Culver diving to the inside again. And Carson Nagy will close the door. Hudson Nagy in 4th, Dyson in 5th spot. Halfway next time by for the leader, Pete Vanderwish Jr. Here they come, 25 down, 25 to go. Carson Nagy still defending that second spot from the 1 of Culver. Hudson Nagy in 4th, Dyson up to 5th. And what a great recovery by Dyson in that 28, up to the 5th spot now. And Pete Vanderwish Jr. pulled away again, Kate.
And that's what he needs to do. Lap after lap, right here, right now. That's the time to do it. Get your lead back.
That 7 is on rails right now. Here he comes. He'll lead him on a turn 4. 23 to go. And pull it away. Oh, Culver washes up the track. And Hudson Nagy will grab a spot. The 1 car got really, really tight and washed up the track at turn 1 and lost the spot.
Here's the replay here. Yeah, just overdrove the corner and slid up the track. Definitely not what they wanted to do. And at lap 28, Pete Vanderwish Lewis Jr., $300 to him. Carson Nagy gets the $100.
We got 3 cars in turn 1 and 2. Kate, sorry. Van Steensel, Edgar, and Menzie. And Menzie's on top of the Edgar machine as we were just having this salute to lap 28 as the fans were raving their caps. Last time by, we go under caution.
In the 8th spot was Joe Lawrence, just so that you're aware. And the 77 of Darrell Lake's in there too.
Oh, yes. I couldn't see it from my vantage point until we went to our turn 1 camera. My goodness. Easy to get up on the back end of the 77. There's no protection back there after his early incident. Here's the replay.
So there's Van Steensel.
Oh, just Orr ran into him. And then Lake into the back of Edgar, and Menzie climbs all over the top of the 77. My goodness. So they reset the clock, or sorry, they reset the lap counter to 23. I was going to say.
So everybody's going to go back, so let's see. We're going to do lap 28 one more time.
Another replay. So watch Van Steensel. There's Orr. Van Steensel comes down, and Orr is there. Yeah. Now watch the right side of your screen. Into the back of Edgar is a 77, and here comes Menzie. Nowhere to go. Climbs all over the top with a 77.
Well, we're watching the replay, and they went in the corner, and the 57 just flat out drove right.
So caution. And it was before they changed the lap counter back. It was interesting because our first caution came with 28 laps to go. This second caution, before they changed it, had 22 laps to go, which means there was 28 completed. Yep. But now they've reset it. We'll be right back inside the 50-lap Dave Lawrence Memorial Race from Delaware Speedway. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
I'm as human as anyone. I love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and try to make the best choices I can. That is being human. And that's my greatest strength.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. We are under red flag conditions, and this is why. I believe we have a replay. Yes, we do. Kate, take us through it.
Yeah, so the 71 of Connor Van Steensel goes into the corner, and the 57 of Orr gets into the back end of the 71, spins him around, which then checks up the rest of the field. The 77 of Lake into Edgar, and the 5 of Chuck Menzie right on top of the Lake machine.
So cleanup conditions continue. They have brought the field over to the front stretch and have parked them. Red flag conditions, you are to come to a stop as soon and as safe as possible. And you cannot move under red flag conditions unless you're asked to by race officials or the safety crew. So they brought the field around the front stretch here as cleanup continues in turns 1 and 2. Officially 23 laps to go here in this 50-lapper. So still, they were involved in lap number 28. The fans were up waving their hats for lap 28. It's ironic because Joe Lawrence in the 28 car was currently 8th place. But they've reset the lap counter. The field did not complete lap 28, so we'll do it again.
We've got 2 tow trucks lifting the 5 of Chuck Menzie. So he's suspended in the air right now, trying to get him off of the 77 of Lake. You can just see the little bit of the orange underneath there.
So it looks like, sounding like the 57 is going to get a penalty here for getting in the back of the Van Steensel machine, and the rest is history. More cars were collected. "23 laps to go here inside the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race for 2025 with the Superstocks." We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hello, welcome to the Salvation Army London Citadel, located right here in the Force City, London, Ontario, Canada.
Every week we gather for worship to encounter God's love for us. We welcome you and hope you too will know God's love for you as we worship together. So come on in.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. There you see the 77 at Darrell Lake involved in this recent incident while we are under red flag conditions.
Yeah. Here, let's look at the replay that'll show us why the 57 of Orr has received a penalty for getting into the back of the 71. It has just caused Edgar to spin. Lake and Menzie just behind all that come in and are collateral damage in the end of that.
So while we were away, the 5 was hauled away after being lifted off the 77. Obviously the 71 is gone. The 4 of Edgar is gone. The 77 has rejoined the field, parked on the front stretch. The 4 of Edgar on pit road. Crew looking at that machine. And there you see the 77 of Darrell Lake.
Yeah, they're looking for on the side closest to us, so the driver's side of that vehicle. They're looking for a bar to tie to, as you can see that some of the roll cage is broken. So that's what was taking a little bit more time there. You can see all of the broken roll cage bars. So they were trying to find something to lift from, a good point that's not going to break some more and cause more problems.
Happening with 23 laps officially left in this 50-lap Dave Lawrence Memorial Race here at Delaware Speedway. Had a pretty good night thus far. V8 stock feature. We had 19 cars take the green flag in the V8 stock feature. Bone stock feature. Sterling Roberts, fresh off of suspension, comes back to win and head to victory lane. Good story there for sure. And now we are inside the super stock 50-lap feature.
I would say you've had a good night as long as you're not Chuck Menzie or Darrell Lake. And the BT Racing swept the heat races, took the B main, and had some cars finish within the top 10. So I think BT Racing will be very happy with their bone stock appearance tonight.
Yeah, so right now, Joe Lawrence sits 8th in the running order, driving his dad's famous number 28. There is an extra $100 for the car running in 8th spot at lap 28. We are a lap away from lap 28. Interesting storylines all over the place here tonight. Our first caution came with 28 laps to go. It's amazing when you think about it. Still cleaning up the track here between turns 1 and 2.
That is one used up race car.
Yeah. involved in an earlier incident. Had the back end of the car ripped off, came back to rejoin the race, only to get involved in this latest incident. Don't forget our final broadcast for Delaware Speedway Racing this season, 2 weeks from tonight. We are off next week. We are entering our London Knights time of the year. Preseason action. Knights host the Erie Otters on Rogers TV next Friday night, 7 o'clock opening face-off.
They were able to take the win over Sarnia today with a score of 6-5 in favor of the Knights. They were down at one point 5-4 and came back, from what I'm hearing. So some good preseason action.
So Lake, pretty bad night, as Kate mentioned. Let's have a look at Darrell Lake's evening here at Delaware Speedway.
So here's the first one with involving Culver and Ramsey. Was able to get back on track after they removed that bumper and did some adjustments, and then in this latest incident that has ended the 77's night.
Lots of activity for the 77. Activity Darrell did not want to be a part of, that's for sure. As the cars have been asked to refire, the pace truck has picked up the field in turn 1. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention, if you're just joining us, we lost our pace car too. The pace car is parked at Tech Garage. So they brought out the cars for a moment of silence in Dave Lawrence's memory. Cars were shut down for official call to start your engines. The only car that didn't start the engine was the pace car. Had to get it towed off the track. It's been an entertaining Friday night here to kick off your Labor Day weekend. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, thank you, guys in the truck. There's a pace car being towed away. So that's why we have the pace truck now picking up the field. And now Culver has driven up beside the pace truck, out of position. As you see, Darrell Lake's car being carefully taken back into the infield. Not quite sure why the 1 is up there. Should be running third, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see if Trevor just waits for the first 2 cars to go by here. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Maybe we just had to have a quick chat with the pace truck driver. Vanderwist Jr. leader, Carson Nagy second, Culver third, Hudson Nagy fourth, Dyson fifth. Then it's Rickwood, Cox, Zardo, Joe Lawrence, Van Steensel, Herniak Jr., and Orr, the penalized car from the latest incident.
That always amazes me how the 2 tow truck drivers just move so seamlessly with a car suspended in the air.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very interesting to watch.
Choreographed. Very
Definitely does not. You definitely don't want your vehicle to be on the hook that way.
Yeah.
But it is something to watch.
So the field going to run through that stage right in turns 1 and 2. 23 laps still to go. Kate's going to monitor lap 28 here for positions at 2 and 8, and our leader at lap 28. So right now, and Culver is coming. Is he coming in the pits? Here comes the one at Trevor Culver. So maybe there was something to that consultation beside the pace truck. As here comes the one down the pit road, and the crew awaits. Lights are on at the crew, ready to go.
And the 36 of Leighton Zardo, we also saw, was on pit road as well. So Ed Kirk was there for adjustments. They still have 23 laps to go. So if they think that they're going to make an adjustment that's going to make it worthwhile to be able to knock Pete Vanderwist off the top spot, I guess now's the time to do it.
It's a right front tire change or some sort of analysis being done. They haven't taken the tire off.
I wonder if they're thinking there might be some play in that front end.
Question is, how long are track officials going to wait here? They're not going to wait long. The white flag just coming out as the field hits the line. This is a huge development here. For the one of Trevor Culver, Zardo has rejoined the field.
Look at the play. When the crew is just holding that tire, they're pushing up and down. There's lots of play in the front end of the one machine.
Like they do run with some normal degree of camber, do they not though, Kate?
Yeah, but when they're pushing up and down on that tire, it shouldn't be shifting the way that it is. We'll have to see.
He's gonna get stopped. And so the field's going to be at speed entering turn 1, and when he gets let out at the pit road, green flag, we're racing with the super stocks. Let's watch the distance. They'll fly into turn 1. They got to wait for the last car to go by. Culver will rejoin, and the field are ready through the middle of the backstretch, and he's just off the apron. And Nagy to the inside of Vanderwist for the lead out of turn 4.
Wow, way to go, Vanderwist, for holding on to that lead. That's lap 28.
And we are now into lap 28.
Pete Vanderwist, you are the recipient of the $300.
Is it lap 28 right now with 22 to go?
Yep, so they've just completed lap 28. As of lap 28, Carson Nagy and Connor, well, it says Connor Van Stiesel.
Okay.
But,
so lap 28 has been completed, and we got turn 4 around, and it's Culver around in turns 3 and 4. Here come the leaders. The caution's out. Definitely problems on that one. You were right, Kate. Not the night. Here's the, we got the replay here. Oh yeah, right around all by himself. How's the right front tire? Looks intact, Kate.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he comes back down pit lane, and if they take another look at it, which I would assume he's probably going to. He's got at least one lap.
So here he comes down pit road. I apologize. I thought since we saw 22 on the board that they were working lap 28.
No, so lap 28's been completed.
Okay, thank you.
And
so what do we
Connor
have for our money winners then?
So we've got Pete Vanderwist Jr. for leading the most with 300.
Oh, leading at lap 28. Okay, yep.
And then second on the board would be Carson Nagy. And then we've got the 71 of Connor Van Stiesel.
Oh, well done. Good for Connor.
Yeah, it looks like when they gave him back his position and then the one came in, that just rejigged everything because Joe Lawrence is sitting in the 7th spot.
So going to work on that right front on the 1. Zardo back in for pit consultation. He's going to be released. Or comes back down pit road after his consultation. And he'll be released, but Culver remains. And white flag going to be displayed this time by. Pete Vanderwist Jr. needs the lead. He can spread the wheels after that, but it's Carson Nagy with a great restart last time. Hudson Nagy, Dyson, row number 2. Rickwood and Cox, row number 3. Lawrence and Van Stiesel, row number 4.
See, you just saw the crew member there lifting up and down on that tire. There's way too much play. Culver is out of the vehicle. That'll end his night.
Unfortunate for the number 1 of Trevor Culver. You heard him earlier with Jeremy saying it would be wonderful to win on Dave Lawrence Memorial Night. Not going to happen for the 1 team. Lights off the pace truck. Here we go. Vanderwist Jr. will bring him to the line. 22 laps to go. Super stock 50 lapper.
I may have spoke too soon. Culver's putting his helmet back on. He definitely wouldn't get back out in time to stay on the lead lap, but his helmet's back on, so we might see the 1 car before the night's over.
Field will run down the backstretch. Vanderwist Jr. with a half a car length lead. Carson Nagy under braking will even it up. Hudson Nagy in tow. And Vanderwist Jr. wants the lead. They'll dive into turn number 1. Vanderwist Jr. in the 7. Carson Nagy 93. Hudson Nagy 36. In 3rd spot. Great run for Hudson tonight. Rickwood in 4th to the inside of Dyson. Here comes Joe Lawrence to the inside of Dyson. The 28 and the 28X battling for 5th and 6th. There they are. Dave's boy in that 28, the blue, red, and black. And Pete Vanderwist Jr. starting to spread it out again. Front seven, all nose to tail here. Vanderwist Jr. out to a 4-car length lead over the Nagys now. Rickwood to 4th, Dyson 5th, Lawrence in 6th, and Jay Cox in 7th. And it'll be a new winner in the Superstocks, not what we're used to the last few weeks, as the Culver machine remains on pit road many laps down now. Hudson Nagy looking to the inside of Carson. Contact out of turn 4. The right front of Hudson's at 36 into the left rear of Carson Nagy. Battle for second on your screen as Pete Vanderwist Jr. continues to sail away at the front of this field. 16 to go this time by. Rickwood remains in 4th, followed by Dyson, and then Joe Lawrence and Jay Cox. Side by side for second spot. The Nagy boys go to work here on each other. Hudson to the inside of Carson. Here comes Rickwood in the 83. Rickwood to the inside of Carson Nagy. Out of turn number 4. And some contact there. Ryan Dyson there as well in the 28.
Yeah, Carson comes down and tries to slam the door. Contact kept being made between the 83 and Carson Nagy. Coming out of turns 3 and 4.
All white Pete Vanderwist Jr. continues to increase his margin over second place. 14 laps to go. Here's the 93 of Carson Nagy, dropped to 3rd. 83 is Rickwood. Now Hudson Nagy. What has he got for the leader here? Hudson Nagy having a strong run tonight. Leaders down the back another time. Under 13 laps to go. Vanderwist Jr. all by himself. What a strong number 7. There's the 228s. Dyson, Lawrence to the inside of Dyson now. Up to the door. And Joe looking for a spot here. Jake Cox going to try to follow him through. Joe Lawrence up to 5th now.
Up to 5th, but now going to track down that pack of 3 ahead of him.
$11 laps to go for the leader, Pete Vanderwist Jr. Jay Cox has gotten by Ryan Dyson as well. Hudson Nagy in 2nd, Carson 3rd. Rickwood in 4th, and Joe Lawrence to 5th. Modified version of Chuck Menzies, number 5, returning to the race with no hood and no front fenders. Good rebound by the 28 Lawrence team as well. Was in the pits early on in the 50-lapper. But it's all Pete Vanderwist Jr. right now with 9 to go. Hudson Nagy, Carson Nagy, Rickwood, Lawrence, your top 5. Then it's Jay Cox, Ryan Dyson, Zardo, or Van Steensel, Edgar, Hernier Jr., and Menzie. The 7 car has been so strong tonight. And we'll come around to complete another lap. 7 to go, this time by.
28 of Joe Lawrence is catching that little group that was ahead of him lap by lap here. The first one that he set sights on would be the 83 of Rickwood, but look who's out front nonetheless. Pete Vanderwist Jr. is putting on a clinic in this race now that the horn of Culver is of no contention. But Pete Vanderwist Jr. has been so good tonight that I expected to see him running near the front anyways.
Yeah, he's been really, really good tonight. That 7's been strong. To the tune of a 2.5-second lead. 2.584 lead last time by, and pulling away. Lawrence all over Rickwood now, looking for the 4th spot. Carson's kind of reeled Hudson back in for 2nd. 4 to go this time. Leader just took it. There's the Nagys battling for 2nd and 3rd. And Lawrence all over the rear deck lid of Rickwood for 4th. Hudson 36, Carson 93. Here they come. Turn 4, camera shot. We'll bring him in from turn 3. Out of turn 4, back to the stripe. 3 to go for a dominant Pete Vanderwist Jr. Trying to win the 2025 Dave Lawrence Memorial Race. And speaking of Lawrence, Joe Lawrence to the inside of Rickwood for 4th in turn 3. 2 to go. There you see Lawrence to the inside of Rickwood. And can't hold it. Rickwood will get a good corner exit. Nagys continue to battle for 2nd. They're half a straightaway behind the leader. Traffic in front of the leader, but he might not meet them by the time it's done. 2 to go this time by for Pete Vanderwist Jr. 1 mile of racing.
Joe Lawrence still doing some work on the 83. Brody Rickwood trying to get that 4th spot. We'll have to see if he's able to complete that pass before this race is over.
Side by side into turn 3. Here comes the leader on turn 4. Checkered flag in the air for Pete Vanderwist Jr. He wins the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race at Delaware Speedway.
And then Rickwood and Lawrence ends up with Rickwood.
I got my laps crossed up there. I thought I saw popsicle sticks in the air. Nonetheless, Pete Vanderwist Jr., dominant number 7 car, wins the race. And Kate, you're going to take us through our final finishing order for us, please.
Yeah, Pete Vanderwist ends up on top. Hudson Nagy, Carson Nagy, round out your top 3. Brody Rickwood, and then Joe Lawrence in your top 5. Jay Cox, Ryan Dyson, Lane Zardo, Connor Van Steetzel, and Brendan Edgar is your top 10. Followed by Ethan Orr, Mike Herniak Jr., Chuck Menzie in the 13th position. Trevor Culver ends up 14th. 15th is Darrell Lake, and with only 1 lap completed, unfortunately for Nick Ramsey, he rounds out the bottom of that field. That is definitely going to change things points-wise for the Superstocks.
Absolutely. There you see Pete Vanderwist Jr. in victory lane, a dominating performance tonight. And troubles for the points leader, Trevor Culver, as we get set almost to take it down trackside. The 2025 Dave Lawrence Memorial Race winner, the 7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. And waiting for Pete to climb out of that car. Good run by Hudson Nagy as well, finishing in the 2nd spot. As almost set to wrap things up here from Delaware Speedway, our 2nd last broadcast of the season. And momentarily we'll take you down at trackside to Jordan Mosley with our post-race interview as he gets set to climb out of the 7 car. Helmet hanging. Getting set to congratulate his team on a good job setting that car up tonight. And the appreciation of the fans. There is Pete Vanderwist Jr. climbing out of the car. And going to climb up and acknowledge the fans right on top of the 7. Dominating performance tonight by Pete Vanderwist Jr. Be careful climbing down. We all saw what happened in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Yeah, let's go trackside.
Whipped them all. Take me through your evening.
Well, you know what? The year's gone pretty interestingly for us. I got to thank the guys behind me here. Through every problem that we've had, they've persevered, and we finally started getting to click together. They gave me this wonderful car that worked really, really, really well tonight. So I got to thank my crew guys a lot.
What's it mean to be down here in Victory Lane?
It means a lot. It's an insane feeling. It's good. It's fun.
And who do you want to thank down here?
I got to thank CIPG, Wild Boar, Discount Drain SRS, David Dryfolt Renovation, Pilkey Automotive Sales, VP Custom Carriers, Best Safety Training, Arc One Welding Supply, Barber & Co. Tree Services, I know I missed somebody, but thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys.
Pete Vanderwitz Jr. leads them all and brings it home.
Pete Vanderwitz Jr., the 2025 Dave Lawrence Memorial Race winner. We'll be right back to close things up. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Jack 102.3, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 102.3.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Back to wrap things up. Chris Orrs, Kate Friel. Let's start. We go side-by-side boxes with Jeremy down in the pit area. Jeremy?
Thank you so much, Chris and Kate. Another great night here racing. Storylines aplenty. Congratulations to Pete Vanderwitz Jr. here, winning the Dave Lawrence Memorial Race here tonight, the 50 lapper. Took a while to get us to the finish, but we got there at the end here on a chilly night. And for your guys' final thoughts, I'll send it back up to Chris and Kate for more.
Thank you, Jeremy. Very good job down there. Thoughts, Kate?
I think we had a great night of racing, and I don't expect any less when we have stock night here at Delaware. We got through the 50, even though we had some hiccups along the way. Hopefully we have a pace car by the time we come back in 2 weeks. But it was a great night of racing and a great memorial to Dave Lawrence.
Absolutely, and glad we could be a part of it. Don't forget, Knights hockey a week from tonight, preseason action against Erie. We'll be back to wrap up our season here at Delaware 2 weeks from tonight, so make sure you join us. On behalf of Jeremy, Kate, myself, and all the crew here, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Be safe on the roads and on the water. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
A high drop kick there from Jax Williams sends Mick McGuire right back into the corner.
Again, Williams, just a sour look on his face.
Absolutely. All business here. Wants to shut down anybody from having some fun. You know, you can tell that dancing just got to him right off the bat here as Mick McGuire made his way down to the ring.
Williams not looking to have a great time, looking to pick up the victory at the expense of Mick McGuire. And Williams in full control at this moment.
Using the ropes to his advantage there. Pleading his case that it wasn't a choke. Either way, you can't do that.
Absolutely. But he knows he has that 5 count. Looking to pick up McGuire. McGuire able to block it, get Williams into the ropes.
The old football drill there coming in handy as he just charges Jax Williams right back into the corner. And up. And
wait a minute.
Jax Williams rolls through. 1, 2. Almost caught Mick McGuire on that one when he was expecting a suplex.
Fantastic rig presence from Jax Williams there, knowing how to reverse that suplex into a pinning predicament.
That one caught Mick McGuire just perfectly. You could see the eyes roll back in the head. And that might be all he needs. 2. McGuire able to come to just in time.
The brick wall came crumbling down there on the brick house. Now Williams taking time to gloat here to our London crowd.
And just shoving McGuire to the mat. That one shot he landed there, again, caught McGuire perfectly.
But still fight left in the brick house. Able to take it to Williams.
Oh, right into the sleeper.
Just looking to choke the life out of Mick McGuire.
Oh, bending the neck, too.
Just high torque on that, almost like a bulldog choke from Jax Williams. We've seen that in great effect in the professional wrestling world.
Did you see the angle of McGuire's neck?
Absolutely.
As they went down.
The face of Mick McGuire turning beet red.
Shot to the ribs now, and big back body drop.
McGuire able, just out of sheer desperation, getting out of that bulldog choke with a backdrop. McGuire has to be wondering what just happened.
Referee has started the count here as he sees both men down.
Williams trying to gain his bearings. McGuire looking to just gasp for air here. Pivotal point in this matchup.
Quite the pace for this match already. Both men taking every bit of this 10 count to get to their feet. Big clothesline.
Able to get the upper hand here.
Ducks the clothesline there and up over the back.
Oh, referee almost getting caught in the line of fire there.
It's a dangerous job, that's for sure, here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Now Brickhouse gaining some momentum.
Oh, caught an elbow. That stunned him. Huge. Oh, look at that. Catches him. Go for the cross body. Completely caught, and looks like a world's strongest slam.
McGuire, just incredible strength, able to catch Jack Williams midair.
Absolutely. Very strong base for Mick McGuire.
Sturdy, one might say, like a brick house.
Absolutely.
Williams.
Oh, look out. A lot of height on that elbow there. Takes down McGuire. 1, 2. Oh.
Williams.
Closer to 3 than Mick McGuire wanted on that one.
Williams throwing all of his weight behind that clothesline, but still not enough to take out Mick McGuire.
Jax Williams really wants this victory so he can continue to scratch and claw his way up the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling ranks.
How vindicating would a victory be here for Jax Williams?
Oh, look out. Wrapping the legs around the large body now of McGuire, too, in full control.
Exactly, a guillotine-like choke wrapping those legs around Mick McGuire.
He's got to watch that. Oh, look out.
Has to make sure that wrist is not a choke.
One more, and McGuire could be out here.
This is
enough?
it.
No.
Fight still left in the brick house.
They're grunting and just trying to. Oh, look at, again, the strength. Able to just climb to his feet with Jax Williams on Mick McGuire's back.
Mick McGuire, still enough fight left to continue here. But Jax Williams just going back to that choke, just looking to just make Mick McGuire go to sleep. Yeah.
Look out. Jax on the second rope. Oh, takes a shot to the ribs, though.
Able to catch Williams in midair.
And now up. Could be this stalling suplex here from Mick McGuire.
Strength on full display.
Perfectly executed. And down. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3.
All of the blood rushing to the head of Jax Williams, enough to keep him down for 3. Incredible performance from both men. The win going to Mick McGuire.
And the brick house with a massive test here with Jax Williams.
taking time to cheer with the crowd, but you notice less of a smile on the face after a fight like that.
And time for a selfie with one of our fans here. Thank you for joining us once again on Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
You know the story. When the RCAF said Mach 2 fighter, 2-place 1,000-mile range, the British said it was impossible. The Yanks tried twice and failed. They said, you're dreaming. We said, fine, we'll build it right here in Toronto. And now you guys, my guys, are saying that it can't be done, that they were right?
Now that's the rocket that we used to get the model up to speed, and then the onboard sensor tells us...
Damn it!
But we did it according to your specs. The specs have changed.
We did it.
Arrow 201. You're cleared for takeoff.
We did it!
Although the government canceled the project and destroyed the prototypes, the Avro Arrow remains for Canada a world benchmark in aerospace achievement.
Hi.
This is Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here. On my way to my buddy Sal's house, and he passed by me on the Vespa. I think he's getting this big Italian dinner we've been planning ready. I'm going to head into